Hey, can you guys hear me? I assume you can. Let's finally, hopefully, get a Begleri Begleri live with no error. I think it crashed on YouTube. Are we back up? I think so. I just had to mute that window. I think that's what crashed it. Alright, we're good now. They're saying we're good in the chat. That's good to hear. Hi, yo. I couldn't handle the handsomeness. Oh, yeah, of course. Welcome to Begleri Tricks! Freaking Begleri Begleri Live! I guess. I don't know how to intro this. So we're just going to jump straight into it. We got two great guests here. Like, two of the only people that actually did the February sling a ding. So we're definitely going to recap over that. And yeah, I'll bring them in right now. Hopefully this doesn't break.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I can see everybody. And apparently it's telling me that you guys can be heard. I'm not sure what I think.
Sweet.
So.
That's good.
Yes. Alright, so if you guys don't know who I am GPF Psy. I am a slinger. I don't need to introduce myself. I do what I do, you know. I'm going to be hosting this. I'm going to be asking the questions because our two guests are on the right of me and on the top. Introduce yourself.
Red?
Oh, yeah, that's you, Nan.
Okay. My name is Nanonspeedial, also known as just Jake or Jacob. I've been slinging for almost 5 years now. I am sponsored by Monkey Finger Design. That's great stuff, and I love slinging, so I'm happy to hang out and talk about it with all you guys.
So awkward to introduce yourself, isn't it? You love it, don't you?
All right.
Soul, introduce yourself. Is your name real? That's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah, okay. G'day, everyone. I'm Soul Smith. The Smith part is real. The Soul part is mostly real. Let's just stick with that. I've been slinging. Gee, how long have I been slinging? Hang on. Actually, my first post was in the beginning of 2018, which meant I started at the end of 2017. So there you go. Somewhere in the vicinity of three years now. That's not too bad.
I think that's OG status for sure.
It's back in an old meta, back when doing roll ladders was still pretty epic. So that's relatively.
Oh, I miss those days.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, every now and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna roll up and a roll down ladder, and that's the stuff. That's it. Putting it down, walking away. That's me.
I know. So excited. I can roll. Now people learn rolls in like one day. That's like the first trick they learn now. It's embarrassing.
Like, it's my first post in Begleri, and they're doing like bead rolls and rolls. Like, I started this today. And I'm like, wow, it took us like 6 months just to imagine those tricks.
Like, it used to be that you didn't work on bead rolls until you'd been slinging for like 6 months to a year, and then it took you like 6 months to a year to get them. And yet nowadays, there's people who are starting on bead rolls, and they're just like, oh, I can do the inside, I can do the fakey inside, and
exactly.
Damn you!
So we're all boomers in this call. That's great. Good to know, millennials and boomers. I am. All right. First, there's something important we got to get out of the way right off the jump. That is for you, Soul. Great accent. Your parents did a bang up job. Well done. First we have that. It's obviously the elephant in the room being Australian here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, where in Australia are you from?
After every sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually down in Melbourne in Australia, which is actually where Joshy lives. In fact, he's only about 45 minutes away from me. Joshy is one of the Round Square sponsored slingers. So I've met up with him a couple of times because he's in the same city.
I didn't even know he was Australian.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. One of the originals. Like, he was one of the people that helped him.
Yeah, he was amazing. He still is.
I met up with him. I played with a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the beads in his collection. I got to play with the first set that he ever played with. He ended up sending a set off to Matt, which helped inspire Matt to get going. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Wait, you slang one of the sets before Matt started slinging? What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
You predate Around Square. Is that what we're hearing here?
There's so much. Yeah, that guy has there's so much history that guy's got rocking in his collection. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. I remember Joshy for that, like, when he's just like, you don't even need to sling it, you can just like fondle it, and he's just like fondling the string, and it was so uncomfortable to watch, but it was like cool at the same time somehow.
I think he still actually has a Begleri set that's where the joiner is only like 1.5 inches in length, and he'll play that thing like a K-bone, and it's kind of crazy and looks pretty cool.
Dang.
I have so much respect and love for short game Begleri players, just because, like, I love how they can come up with so much stuff with, like, seemingly less stuff to do, if that makes sense. Like,
less stuff to do. I mean, it's debatable
hard,
now.
It's hard to do roles, like, you know what I mean? Like, so when they have like such a tiny little string in between and they're slinging it around, it's just like, it's so cool to watch because it's like a completely different world. It's like the difference between 5A yo-yoing and 1A yo-yoing, like
5A yo-yoing.
Yeah, that's like I think that's where they have a little weight on the string instead of attaching it to your finger.
Yeah.
So then you can like whip the weight around and stuff. It's really cool. There's some guys on the Monkey Finger team that are like super good at it, and it's just mesmerizing to watch.
That's actually, well, first thing, before I ask you about Monkey Finger, obviously we have to ask the first most important question to ask the slinger. Why did you start slinging? When did you start slinging? And what was your first set?
So my first set was 2 hex nuts tied together with a yo-yo string. It was super light and like you could barely even. I remember I saw Begleri for the first time it was in the Kendama Facebook enthusiast group. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I was just scrolling through there. I saw this and it was like, guy did like around the world and a roll on his ring finger or on his pointer finger. I was like, that is so cool.
A whirl.
Like, it was just a roll. It was just like that, and then without falling off, and then just around the world. And so I was like, I love kendama, and I still love kendama. I still play, and but I was like, that's so much. That's so less invasive than kendama, because kendama you have to use your knees and you gotta stand up, and this I can sit in class and just sling these and not bother anybody. I can do it in the car and whatever.
That's impressive.
It's all good.
So it's like, so we got a yo-yoer and we got a kendama. Are they like rival factions?
I'm definitely not a yo-yoer.
Well, you'd be team kendama, what it sounds like, since that's where your roots were before Begleri, and then we got yo-yo down here as well.
Oh yeah, well, I've tried everything that I see. If it looks cool, I'm like, give me that. I have Instagram clips of me doing Diablo, which is in the circus. They're like you hold the 2 sticks with a string in the middle with like a giant L in the middle of it. I remember when I was a kid, my dad brought me the DVD of a Cirque du Soleil show called Lanuba, and I watched it and I was like, I'm joining the circus. This is the coolest. This is the coolest thing ever.
Really?
So like,
as a kid,
6-year-old me as a kid was like, using these Diablo sticks and just trying stuff. And my parents are both gymnastics coaches, so I grew up in a gymnastics club, just doing flips and tumbling on the walls. That's what I grew up doing. So I always kind of knew that doing this sort of like performance in anything is
you're
like
just built different, and you're made for Begleri. That's what I hear.
Yeah,
you're made for Begleri.
All of these skill toys are awesome. I love it.
So you started with 2 freaking hex nuts on a yo-yo string. Hey, that's the way to go.
Yeah. Well, that was in grade 12, and I'd say that was about 6 months before for a round square and Monkey Finger Design made the Wukong Begleri. And so, because I looked up Begleri on YouTube, and I think the only video that I could find was Tyrone's video about how he's like, yeah, I used to work at a restaurant, and my boss gave me these beads and told me how to use them, and so this is how I use them. And it was just like pretty much that first trick that everybody learns, which is just going back and forth like that.
Yeah.
And then he showed how to do that, and then he goes, and then you'll just start making up your own tricks, and just starts like busting out a bunch of stuff and everything. I was like, whoa, that's so cool! And so I built my own set, and I started playing with it, and then that was in my last year of high school. And then when I went to college, I was focused a lot on school. I quit a bunch of stuff. Like, I stopped biking. I wasn't kendamaing as much. I wasn't doing Begleri. Yeah, I wasn't doing anything because my program was so crazy. I had like 15 classes a week. It was ridiculous. And then I saw on Instagram was Chelsea May Perez, I think her name is, and she's a kendama player. She had a collaboration with Monkey Finger. And she had these really cool anodized beads that she was giving away. It was like her personal set, and I was like, oh wow, like once again, kendama is bringing me back to these beads and these Begleri beads. I just thought that the Monkey Finger beads were so cool, how they were anodized in all different colors, and I looked up that website, and then of course from there I found a round square. And I bought one of Tyrone's sets, and I was just like, every time
So you made your first college, set, like, and then you bought the set.
I made my first set. The first set I bought was the not stainless steel, just the aluminum hydras from a round square, I think they're called. And it was the light one. They were the aluminum ones. So there was 3 beads on the string for each side. So there were 6 beads in total. And oh man,
I don't even like that type of sets. Oh man, we got hydras in the video right now. I don't even like those. Put them down. Alright, so I gotta ask you the same question. Well, we know you started in 2017. Oh no, it's fine. We're gonna be going on our tangents for a while. We're gonna be here. Don't worry. Settle down. we got a lot of stories coming. So all right. So we know you started in 2017, but you knew about it beforehand because obviously you lived beside the OG and you were an OG. But what was the first set that you actually started with then?
I think the first set I got was actually a generic. Hang on, bear with me. Let me back up. First set I ordered was a generic made in China rip-off set off eBay.
Oh wow!
And when it arrived, I bought a set of thumbchucks from local department store. So I actually technically started on thumbchucks and went through and did all the tutorials and stuff like that, and earned my belts and everything. But yeah. Generic rip-off Titans, and then the first like proper set of Begleri I ordered from a supplier was actually a set of Monkey Finger coconuts that my partner bought for me, which is very nice of her.
Oh,
And then
both repping Monkey Finger over here, so this is nice. The OGs both rep Monkey Finger. Bunch of skill toys. That's what I'm getting here.
Dude, I mean, I think the first set that I bought for myself from a proper supplier was a set of Hercs from Iran Square. So I'm kind of sitting there right in between the Monkey Finger and Iran Square kind of thing from the very beginning, which is really cool.
That's really good. That's really good to see more Monkey Finger. I figure like more Facebook slingers use Monkey Finger design sets more. Like I see it often on Facebook, but I don't really see it often on Instagram.
So you see a lot more Monkey Finger and TGP sets showing up on Facebook than you do on Instagram. Instagram is pretty saturated with Iran Square.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty weird the way the community's kind of divided like that, but it all works. You know, you need both sides, exactly. You need balance in the universe.
People like conflict.
I don't think anybody's out like ours is better or not. You know, they work together.
I think if anyone says that, then they're wrong. They're all good for their own different reasons.
So, Soul, how many Begleri sets do you have?
I don't even ask that.
we have to ask.
I have so many sets of Begleri, it's ridiculous. I mean, that's all Monkey Finger.
You really have them all near you in your desk?
That's just all of the Iran Square. I don't have all the sets. That's just purely Iran Square right there. That's purely Monkey Finger sets that I own. I have a lot of sets.
You're way more organized than I am.
Would you say...
I had them all on like a display stand, like an old cutlery set sort of thing. But it just got too many. It was.
Would you say tens or hundreds? Would you say you hit the 100 mark?
Hang on. Probably, maybe. If that's 15. Yeah, look, probably. I think I've hit them 100 by now. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Hardcore collector. I mean, is that because you started with the Chinese set? You felt bad, so you've been, you know, guilt just kept you going.
It's honestly, it's, you know what? It might actually, like, the fact that I kept buying and buying might, in a way, have Monkey Finger to blame, because my first handful of sets was a mix of like Monkey Finger and Iran Square, and because Monkey Finger do like sick colorways, there's just that draw to like, oh yeah, I've got this, but I mean this is pretty, so I have to have this as well, and now I've got that, now this is pretty, I must have this. That kind of just spilled over into other things, you know. I mean, my Iran Square Hercs are awesome, but then I kind of obviously had to go and get some Hydras. And then once I had some Hydras, I mean, you got to go and get... And then it just continues.
Well, let's bring it back to Monkey Finger, you know. So we got sponsored player, right? MFD sponsored. You're still sponsored, right? Is it
still sponsored by Monkey Finger Design. Yes.
So how did you become a sponsored player?
How did I become a sponsored player? Just posted a lot. I posted to Instagram as much as I could. I stayed stayed in the loop of Begleri whenever there was a new trick that, like, Ilya was just, he's the GOAT, man. Ilya would post a new trick and everybody be like, well, we have to learn that trick now because Ilya did it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I remember
Hashtag Ilya.
So Ilya did it. Yeah, Ilya did it first, probably. And so, you remember?
I don't know how
Ray,
you're not sponsored. Aside
Ray
from
Monkey Finger, Ray's the owner of Monkey Finger Design. He put out a contest, and it was basically like, I think it was a 30-second clip of just slinging, do the best tricks you can, use your favorite Begleri, So I remember I posted my clip, and I sent it to him. And then like 4 months went by,
A long ass time.
and it was nothing. It was like I was like, did he forget about the contest? Like, is it still a thing? And I didn't want to bother him. I was just like, whatever. I'll keep posting my stuff. And I got in the 4 months of like when I first entered the contest to when the winners were announced, I got so much better. And so he announced the winners, and he was like, we had so many entries and so many people go into the competition, and so we're gonna take two. Like, we're gonna take two winners from the competition. He emailed me and he said, hey, I just want to say thank you for your submission. You didn't win.
Wait, you didn't win? Oh.
I did not win. I did not win the competition. He said, you came in third.
Oh, but he still made
I was like, oh, man, that's rough. And he goes, I'm pretty sure, he's like, a lot of time has gone by, 4 months. You've probably gotten a lot better. So send me another clip. Show me what you can do. I was like, okay. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm going to send this guy a clip every single week. Just the newest, dopest tricks. Whatever Ilya comes out, I'm learning it the next day. Whatever somebody does, I will learn it. I was like, I don't care. I will play this damn Begleri until my fingers fall off.
Wow.
And then
it's a spark.
So I sent him the first clip after he said that. And then the next clip I sent him, I did was like an upward ladder to a downward ladder, continuing the same direction. So just kind of going up, and then back down. And like, that was unheard of back then. And now, like we said, people are doing it their first time. And he goes, can you replicate that last trick? Can you, like, is that consistent? It wasn't. And I said, yeah, of course, sure.
You guys both still talk to Ray? You guys both still talk to Ray?
Yeah.
Is he still slick?
I'm not sure. He likes making them. And he goes like, so I sent him that clip, and sure, I had it consistent like the next day, because he's like, do you have that consistent? I was like, I do now. And so he was like, yeah, okay, well, you have a good following on Instagram, you post a lot, you love the brand, and I got sponsorship offers from 2 other or 3 other companies, and I turned them all down because I wanted to support Monkey Finger.
I thought it was only. I thought if you got sponsored by Monkey Finger, you're only allowed to post Monkey Finger content. Wasn't that like the rule? Wasn't that a rule?
That's the rule. Because obviously I'm supposed to represent that company. But if you go back, I posted with the round square beads, and I think Red Table I was excited about when that company came out. I actually bought the first run of Red Table.
Do you still have those?
Oh yeah, I still have them. They're in beautiful condition. I was like, I want to keep these nice. I think Alan actually set aside for me. As I said, I was like, I will buy these.
I'm jealous.
I just want to make sure I can snag one, because he was on the Discord channel with Mitch and I, and we were always talking. So he was a super cool guy.
Those are like one of the top collectible sets. I imagine. So you have Red Tables as well?
I don't actually. I slept on that. I had the option. I had the option to get into Solid. The
later ones, right?
With the paint dipped, but I slept on that, unfortunately.
Are you one of those collectors that will try to get one of those things that you don't have in your collection? Like, I know, I think it was, I'm not sure, was it Jorg who, like, he didn't have the Wukongs, so he like hunted hard to get them? Are you one of those kind of collectors?
No, I've never really been a collector in that kind of sense, where I just have to have all the sets. I'm just
man.
I'm just impulsive. So yeah, I've just bought a heap. No, I think it was Jorg who was like he has to have all the sets, and before he stopped, he managed to score most of the Kongs. I think I fought for ages to get a set of Kongs because that was just a thing for me, specific to Kongs. So it took me a while, but I mean, yes. So.
Dang. Out of his 100+ Begleri, what a shock. Yes, I am shocked. And hi, CJ, up in the chat if you're still there. And Riley up in the Facebook. This time I'm making sure the Facebook is actually scrolling. Last time I did not realize the Facebook chat was scrolling down. It stopped scrolling. Hold it. Now gosh, the Facebook is so glitchy all the time. Gosh. Freaking Facebook. Anyway, we gotta talk about February. Am I pronouncing it right? February?
Yes. February. It's a mix of Begleri and February, the month.
Yes. Because it's the shortest month, right?
Well, like everything with me and Begleri, it starts from Kendama. So Kendama does this annual tradition of, it's called 28 Tricks Later, and they'll post a Kendama clip every year. And I was talking to Mitch, and I was like, we should have, like, Begleri should have that. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start posting every day in February. So yeah.
And it has caught on, yeah. So you started it. It did catch on. So licensee, you did it. Did you actually complete the full every single day, or you did? I saw you did a lot of days.
I did.
You did do every day?
Late. I did do every day.
I'm wondering, Soul also. I know you did definitely. You're the king. We're gonna come back to that. You're the king. I was wondering, Soul, if you also did every single day this February.
I actually missed February 1st. My first clip was probably screened on February 1st over in the States and Canada because Australia's in the future. But for me, I actually went from the 2nd through to the 28th. So, but every other day, every other day.
Well, Cabbages, you also did it that year. Oh yeah, just true. I remember that. Yeah, Cabbages need to post more. He's in the chat on the YouTube. OG. So yeah, I can see the hashtag February tag has over 400 posts, and that's really impressive, honestly, for a Begleri hashtag. Since they don't, like, we have lots of challenges, like you go on, but they don't really last that long. People get tired halfway in, like even when it's for a reward. So it's actually impressive that this one's been going on so long. So how do you keep yourself consistent?
So I've done both, where I try to film like 28 clips in just one go, and then just have something to post every day. It can be done, but definitely to keep things fresh, I find posting a clip every day helps to keep things fresh. And or I think for the first week of this year, I set up my nice camera and my nice ring light. I'm definitely not using right now.
Nice camera, yeah. And, I'm about to say.
and I did 1 week. I did 7 days worth of stuff. And so that's probably the best idea. But stay motivated, I guess. I don't know. I'm just relentless. I like to just make sure I get stuff done. So
same thing for you. So how do you keep yourself consistent on that?
It sounds like I did things the hard way because I actually filmed a different clip each day rather than kind of bulking up at the beginning. I think I might have to do that the next time. That's a good idea. Mine was actually February was a good excuse to mix things up and use different sets. So I actually used a different set on every single day of February.
So many people can say they can do that.
Oh, there it goes. it was just it was just fun to sort of pull out some sets that I hadn't used for a while, or to play some sets that I hadn't played for since the beginning. Like I hadn't actually used my own Monkey Finger colorway, my own colorway set for a long time.
You have your own colorway set for MFD.
Yeah, so yeah, I used that for one of the days, and that was cool. I had to come up with a routine that wouldn't bash them up too much, because while I don't necessarily believe in trying to pristine all your sets, I have a couple of sets that I don't use very much because I want them to be pristine because they're shelf queens. So, Wukongs. No, I've got these guys. Oh, I wonder if I can actually get that showing up.
Close to the screen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I actually chatted with Nanon about these early days because the colorway was so similar to his colorway. But
oh yeah, I got mine right here.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
those don't look similar at all.
First pair.
Yeah, electric pink and electric blues, and mine's electric pink and electric blue and electric purple, which is cute.
I think my
old retro.
Oh, so you guys got a little rivalry going. That's what I mean.
No.
Not really intentional, at least.
Yeah. all good vibes. All good vibes.
I guess I have to ask you.
Good.
I have to ask you this first, Soul, because this is applied to Nanon right now. Well, yeah, what inspires you to keep making your videos? Because you post a lot more than a lot of people in the community.
Yeah, you can't really shut me up, can you? Sorry, everyone. I actually really started the Instagram account because I wanted to do just the artsy photos with Begleri in them. And then, of course, as I actually got, not crap at slinging, I started adding a couple of videos every now and then kind of mixing them in and having an artsy photo and slinging footage and stuff, and just kind of went from there. The sheer number of videos is just because why the hell not?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just become a regular pastime, and I'm always slinging anyway, so I might as well come up with routines and film them and stuff. Mostly it's me looking and watching my own stuff rather than it getting out there and becoming viral or anything. But
I mean, looking at this video right here, this is like some freaking killer stuff. This is 5 weeks ago. And the most thing that blows my mind is how steady your hand is in that frame. That's how do you film?
Stuff in frames.
Yeah, I had a tripod. I think like most people, I started out trying to do the whole holding a phone and a hand going everywhere but in the center of the frame. So no, I kind of quickly decided to get out there and get myself a tripod. But yeah, I think that's the hardest thing to learn with slinging if you actually want to film it, is learning to sling with this much hand movement rather than this much hand movement.
That's true.
That's really hard.
Yeah, Nanon, you used to be one of the most active slingers, and then you completely disappeared. What happened during that period?
So I was while I was slinging, I was going to school, and school was if you didn't know, I was taking music theater performance, which is just a really busy thing, and I never stopped slinging. I was still slinging every day, practicing tricks, doing the tricks I like to do, not really learning any new ones.
Yeah.
Then I was just getting really distracted from my schoolwork because of Instagram. I remember talking to Ray and being like, how can I post stuff out Instagram? Because I deleted Instagram for 2 years because I didn't want to use it. I didn't want to go on it or anything. It was just kind of taking over things in a negative way, and so I deleted it off my phone, wiped my hands clean of it, and just until it chilled out. And then
I'm happy you didn't
when
delete
I
your
finished,
videos.
oh no, I would never, because to me that is it's like history, right? Like,
Yes, exactly.
that's, yeah.
Say it
I would
louder.
never
Don't
want to
delete your videos, everybody in the chat. Don't
No, it's so
delete your
dumb.
videos, please.
It's like it's like the same reason that writers put dates on stuff. I always thought it was dumb, but then it's like, if you go back and watch your videos from like 2 years ago, and you're like, who's that? What? Who is, like, you can't hold a hand steady, like all this, like that beat roll is like not clean at all. And now you look and see how much better you've gotten and how much more you've improved. It's like, it's fun to see that. It's fun to see, even if you do the exact same combo and the same tricks every single day, like, where you are now is going to be way better than where you were 6 months ago, no matter what, because it all comes down to muscle memory and repetition anyway. That's why we get stuck in these patterns of doing the same tricks over and over again, because it's all muscle memory.
Yeah, Marcus says just archive them. I disagree with archiving simply because I think you're a harder critic on yourself than other people are on you, right? So I think a lot of, even in your older videos, they're like super impressed. Talking Marcus, of course, even your older videos are super impressive, and it's really inspiring to see where you come from to the super high level skill you're at. And it's kind of taking that away from people. Yeah, it makes your Instagram feed look a lot cleaner and nicer, but that history is gone for like the whole community now. The whole world, I guess.
I can't help but feel that there are certain slingers out there that just should not be removing any videos. Okay, sorry. People like Muscle Bones, I'm sorry, man. Leave all your stuff up. No excuses. Leave them up. We want to see that stuff.
Mitch deleted his whole account once and started over. And I can't remember if this was before or after, but like, came to me and was like, I have unlocked the secret to the Instagram algorithm. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I swear, post at lunch. It was like lunchtime on Mondays and Tuesdays, because it's when people are on break at school and they just want to go on their phone and zone out on Instagram. And he's like, trust me. And he did it. And the next week, that clip hit like 1 million views on Instagram.
Yeah, I think he actually talked about that in Simon's last Begleri stream, didn't he? The whole on Monday.
Yeah, that's the fine line. You gotta balance your Instagram health as well as like you can't be on social media too much. You gotta balance your life, right? So it's good to quit every once in a while. Have a little self break. Oh yeah, that's true.
I was actually going to ask that. When you quit Instagram, Nanon, was that just Instagram, or was it like social media across the board?
Instagram was the only social media I was actively using at the time, so it was pretty much social media all across the board. I only go on Facebook to message people, and it's just essentially texting at that point. I would never scroll through Facebook or whatever. I still don't really do that. And I don't know. Is YouTube considered a social media now with all the post stories and then okay, because like I have YouTube just playing in the background of my entire life since I was 12. Like, it's just always.
The YouTube addiction is another monster, but I don't think you have to get over that one. At least you're seeing other people, Yeah, well, like I don't know. It might be as bad.
I was still. I was seeing friends. I was hanging out with people, and it wasn't until kind of earlier this year, because when I graduated college, I went straight from college, finishing school, straight to my new career, which is stunt performing.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a lot of focus on that, and it's kind of also why I didn't come back to posting, but I wanted to. Like, I was still playing Begleri all the time. Just there was a lot of learning involved with where I was, and a lot of training that I had to do, and a lot of new stuff. Like, I started riding horses every single day, which before last summer or 2 summers ago, I had ridden horses twice in my entire life, and I had to learn how to ride a horse. I had to learn how to sword fight and do all this.
You should just say where you work. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to find you.
I'm pretty open about it. I work at Medieval Times as a knight. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically a dinner theater show in Toronto. There's a bunch all over the States.
One of the things you should do if you come to Toronto, you gotta go check it out, because it's an awesome show. 100%. And the chicken is huge. They give you a giant piece of chicken just rip into. It's so good.
They're real good. There's like a 4-course meal. There's a falcon, a show, sword fighting, jousting, but this isn't a commercial for medieval times. If you're in Toronto, come
Somebody say jousting? I think we can relate on that, Soulsmith. You also have a little bit of jousting in your hobbies, isn't it?
Actually, funny enough, yeah. Actually, no, I have an old high school friend who does jousting and was squiring to a knight jouster or something like that, which is pretty crazy. Can attest to medieval times, though. I went to medieval times in Toronto back when I actually lived in Canada.
You lived in Canada?
I lived in Toronto for 2 years in my teens. A couple of decades ago now.
What's funny is there's a guy that works there. He's worked there since day one of it opening, pretty much. He still works there. He's still a knight.
That's awesome.
Is he like 80? How old is he?
No, he's like he's in his like late 40s, like.
Late 40s? I swear that thing's been alive since I was born.
Well, let's see. When did it open?
What hasn't Soul done? Exactly what I'm asking. Soul has a lot of life on him. Can we see your lifelines on your hand? Are you near the end? Like, you've done everything.
Trying to say I'm old? It's true. I'm old. Yeah, I've a lot of varied interests. I've done a lot of weird stuff.
How old are you?
I just turned 40 last year.
I mean, I guess it's still pretty young.
I'm actually.
That's not that old.
Yeah.
I'm just really old for my age, and I always have been.
Old for your age?
My hair is older than I am, because it went grey real quick.
It's the wisdom, I'm looking at your Jugger photos right now. What is, for the people who don't know, what's Jugger? Because you told me about this, and I watched all the movies, and they were pretty badass. But you might as well explain it.
Yeah, sure. Jugger is it's kind of like what you'd get if you took touch football that gave everyone weapons.
Touch football with weapons.
Sounds fun.
If anyone like LARP, like Dagger here, Belagarth, any of those kind of live action roleplay kind of things, Jugger is kind of like that, but turned into a sport and removed the costumes. So it's foam, weapons. There's a field, there's a ball, there's a goal at each end. It's 2 teams, five players per team. There's a quarterback in each team. They're the only one who can score the point, and that's it. It's a sport.
Well, I guess Nanon, you'd be pretty good at this with your sword training now, right?
Well, that looks so much fun. I would love this.
Dude, you should totally give it a shot. Next time I'm in Canada, we'll have a spot.
So
absolutely.
Is there a big community in Australia? Because when you first told me about this, I thought you were American. I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Americans always doing shit. But I didn't realize that you were Australian. Kept forgetting.
Big community, what, for Jugger or?
Yeah, for Jugger, yeah.
It's relatively small in Australia, funnily enough, considering it started in Australia around about the same time as it started in Germany. It's huge in Germany. It's actually pretty huge in Spain.
Wow.
It's getting bigger in America. They already play A lot of those kind of LARPing groups already played a variation on Jugger, but now there's Jugger clubs starting up in the last half decade or so in the States. So it's actually pretty easy to find a club in the States. There's a couple of clubs in Canada. But yeah, this is the big.
Look this up right now.
Yeah, it's actually it's pretty. Well, it's not huge in Ireland, but some of the best players in the world are from Germany, Spain, and Ireland. In fact, Ireland,
like a World Cup.
Kinda, yeah. There's like an international each year that there's a big tournament in Germany that internationals are invited to. So it's kind of the unofficial World Cup. Australia sends a team over to Germany every 2 years to compete, and the 2016 and 2018, the two tours that I went on, coincidentally, for no particular reason, we ranked the best that we'd ever ranked before. I'm not saying it was me, but we did real good.
Yeah, I'm just watching you dominate in this clip right now. Freaking Captain America over here.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Amazing.
Oh man!
All right,
Christie Pitts Park every day. Look at that, they got a whole schedule. I just sent it to you, Simon.
Oh sure, yeah, we gotta. I guess that's my new hobby coming summer.
Our post-COVID plans.
Yeah, so we live so close to each other. We gotta do something. I'm telling you, the first next Begleri meet is gonna be in Toronto, probably. The next big meet after Corona, it has to happen.
Yeah.
Just before I leave the country, hopefully. So related to Begleri is obviously the Kumbaloi, which Round Square is pushing a lot. But I'm not sure if all your Kumbaloi are from Round Square. You make some, and do you get them from other sources or as well?
I was actually doing Kumbaloi a good year, I think it was, before the MK Ultras got released. It kind of Kumbaloi popped up in the Begleri Discord chats every now and then, because it's the origin of Begleri. And one day I was just like, I'm gonna give this a go. Discovered there was actually a local Kumbaloi store in my area. Went there, picked up a set or two, and just started giving it a go. And I think it was around that time that Matt from Round Square was talking with, I think it's J-Jack on Facebook, about working on a Round Square version of Kumbaloi. I think Matt had already been considering it for a while, but he just hadn't come up with something unique to a Round Square, because he likes to keep things sort of different and unusual. So yeah, he kind of developed MKUs over the period of about a year, and in the meantime, I was doing my thing with Kumbaloi. So yeah, most of my sets are either made like DIY, or
How much do you think it translates to Begleri? Like all the skills, and you think you could eventually do all the same Begleri skills with a Kumbaloi?
Honestly, most of the stuff that I was using Kumbaloi for at first, I was doing all like Begleri sort of tricks. So starting off with nothing but whirls, and whirls translates really, really well. So it's all your Begleri stuff. It's just all your fixed position Begleri stuff. So whirls and rolls and stuff like that, or bead rolls, work really well when you're doing like a boss bead grip. So that's all I was doing at first. Once MKUs came out, then people started pushing the more traditional style of Kumbaloi, where it's split grip. Style? So I actually see what I'm showing there, but yeah, split grip rather than boss bead style. And yeah, it's pretty similar. Most of the tricks that I'm doing, and a lot of tricks that everyone else is doing, are variations of what happens with Begleri.
Mostly. Do you think you could ever get more complicated with Kumbaloi tricks?
I don't know that I would a lot, but I mean, as I say, most of the stuff that I work on is at least heavily influenced by Begleri style slinging, because I've got obviously 3 years worth of Begleri slinging behind me, so it's going to inform what I'm doing. I mean, obviously the style has to be different. So there's not everything's going to translate the same way. But I mean, like 2-finger rolls on a set of Combloy is very different from how a 2-finger roll works on a set of Begleri. So most people aren't doing this kind of stuff yet. But I mean, they'll get there.
Yeah, I've yet to get one, but it does look really interesting. Especially you can wear it like a bracelet too, right?
The fact that MKUs you can wear is really cool. I don't wear any of mine, but that's just because I can't wear anything on my wrists. I've tried watches and everything for years. It just doesn't work for me. I actually carry my Combloy on my belt using one of these guys.
A belt hoop.
This is actually the belt hoop that came with... Where is it? Came with my monkey finger space needles. So they actually came in with one of these guys. I use that. Nice.
How do you carry your sets? Nanan, how do you carry your sets? Oh, Nana's mic cut out again. I don't know if I like calling you Nanan all the time, but like Nan on. But I definitely should just call you Jake more often. I don't know why. I always wonder
Jake,
why I always
I want to, like, my Instagram name is such a joke that I thought about changing it so much, and I just don't want to get around to it. But yeah, Jake works. Jake is probably the best.
I always call you Nanan, like it's just like drilled in my head. I can't stop. Even though the name is Nan on, like I literally, I still say Nanan.
At work, well, my middle name is Manfred, and so at work they just call me Manny.
So everybody just has different names for you. That's what it sounds
Everywhere I go, there's a different name for me.
Jacob, Jake. What's your mom call you?
Once I know somebody by one name, I can't call them a different name. Like, you're Nanon, and it's going to be Nanon. And then
that's
I know Mick's name, and I always call him Musclebones. I can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't...
Yeah. I wonder if that's like, is it right to call people by their online names? Is it weird? Especially if you meet in real life.
It's fine. Yeah. Well, I think I've always just called you Sai. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a weird one for me, actually, because I kind of referred to you as Sai a lot, but because so early on everyone was calling you like Simon in the Discord chats, it just became Simon for me. But normally, yeah, Simon would probably have been a weird one for me otherwise, because it would have been like, no, you're Sai, that's it. you don't get another name, that's it, Sai.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. Your name already sounds like slang. Soulsmith. The Soulsmith, like, it makes it sound like you're a blacksmith, but
that was part of the reason. Yeah, I've been sold.
Also, that's one of your hobbies.
Also, one of the hobbies.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to be a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you had the mustache for it.
Oh yeah. Almost coming in.
For an apprentice blacksmith, you have the mustache for an apprentice.
Yeah. Soon. Give me a couple years and I can be a full-on blacksmith.
Well, now's
anyway, yeah. Kind of going back, I'm notorious for losing things, so I have to put things in a backpack or keep it secure. I used to, I think I used to just tie a knot in the Begleri like this, around a belt loop.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. But then I have carrying cases that can hold a bunch of sets, and so
I don't lose any set except for magnet sets. For some reason, magnet sets just always get lost. I cannot keep track of them. I guess they just, I don't know what's wrong with them, but like I always lose them. Like, you can just put them on anything, I guess. If you drop it, it connects to something, and then you can't find it. It's on the floor. It's, like, underneath a chair or something. Like, I lose them every second.
It doesn't happen to me. I don't lose sets, but then again, I am really anal about keeping track of stuff. If I've dropped something, I have to pick it up straight away. There's no, I'll get that later, and then forget about it.
I thought I lost this magnet set like yesterday because I left it on my fridge.
I've never lost a set forever. I usually end up finding it again, but
yeah. I think it's only been a couple of times where I thought I've lost a set, and it's inevitably been left in like in a pocket somewhere. Actually, usually it'll turn up because it's wrapped around the belt loop of the last pair of pants I was wearing, and threw them in the wash without de-beglerying them.
One time I was walking home from school, and I dropped my set, and it wrapped like. I dropped it on a sewer drain, and it wrapped around the grate and didn't actually fall in. And I was just like, "Oh, heart attack! Let's be a little more careful where I sling these."
I've done exactly the same thing with a Ranswear mini hypes. That stuff got caught. Like it went into the sewer drain, but one of the beads were what caught jammed in between. Like the two. Like it was in there. It was hanging in there. It was like.
Y'all never lost your sets, but at least I can say I'd never dropped my set in the sewer drain. That seems so reckless, you guys.
Well, you know how it is. Sometimes you're just jamming and then just over your shoulder or knocks a lamp over. Like they go flying. A lot of momentum in these little beads.
Yeah.
So, Nana, you created a trick before. I think you created several tricks, right? I know at the beginning you were known for your aerials. Everybody called you like the aerial king.
I didn't even know that. I knew Mitch was like, you have aerials down pat, but I didn't know. I've never had.
I don't know if they called you a king, but I'm not sure they called you a king. But everybody was like, "Oh, Nanon's the one to know for aerials," and you created like the accelerator or something like that, right?
The accelerator is probably the favorite trick that I've created. It's a little random, but they're fun.
Can you still do it?
I can. It's just it's never been consistent, like 100%. It usually takes a couple tries, just because of how precise and like the timing needs to be perfect. You need to, if you hit it too hard with your finger, then it just goes flying. Like, and so everything it needs to just be. The planets need to align perfectly for it to happen. Yeah. Basically.
Now a lot of the really high level slingers are like busted out, but they just do like the palm slaps, you know.
Those are, oh my god, those are cool.
What were you saying, Sol?
Sorry, it's the accelerator you were talking about.
Yeah,
I did one of those. Put it on a story post. That stuff's hard.
Yeah, not people know that you have a tutorial on aerials on your YouTube channel. It is Nanonspeedial. That's your YouTube, right?
Nanonspeedial.
On speed dial.
I think
I can say speed dial too.
on your old YouTube channel, I'm a featured channel, but.
Oh yeah, my Sing Slings channel. Yeah. Well, it's not my old channel. I just don't post videos anymore. I need to. But I feel like all of us sling like 24/7 anyways. Like even when you quit, I imagine all of us, even if we were not on Instagram, we'll still be picking up a set no matter where we go. It's like it's kind of part of me by now.
It's the ultimate fidget toy. Everyone was talking about spinners and cubes, and I never got a fidget spinner. I never got a fidget cube. These little beads and this little string sufficed all of my fidget needs for the last 5 years. So,
when I watch your videos, Sol, I see that you are. Well, all your videos look unique to me. But how do you think? What do you think about that? Do you feel like your sling is unique or?
Hells to the no. I feel repetitive and samey for almost every single clip. I try and do something different in most of my clips, but I think probably like most people, I kind of more often than not, I'm feeling like I'm in a rut, and so yeah, it's a bit of a pain. But I mean, that's why you get out there and you learn something new, just to at least be able to break up your flow in some small way. I mean, when those slap finishes came out and that became the flavor of the month for a while, and everyone was doing them, it was like, well, you know what, that's something you can add in to change things up. So I'd learned that, and then when butterflies came out, I was like, yeah, okay, you got to learn some part of that. But that's what you got to do.
That is true. Oh, you got the skill pills right here. Your magnet set.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Skill pills the bomb.
Ooh. That's nice.
My pills don't get enough play. I wish I actually played them more, but I've got so many sets. Everything needs some love.
So let's look over some of these February clips, You can talk a little about the combos that y'all are doing. I really like this one, honestly. This is your last day? No, this is the first day. This is the first one.
Yeah, there you go. There's that slap finish that everyone was doing. That slap finish on skill is the goods because of the magnets. It's just so satisfying.
Yeah. Clothesline, cliffhangers. Man, I can't remember the names of tricks anymore.
Cliffhanger aerials are actually really satisfying as well if you get them. The timing is a bit finicky, but they're good. They're fun.
I don't even do mic drops with like 2 fingers like that anymore. It's so rare for me to do it like that. I'm solely moved over to thumb mic drops or 3-finger. If it's not 3-finger or thumbs, like I do not do mic drops anymore.
Oh, you mean like all your so they're all like up the top 3 fingers kind of mic drops, that sort of thing?
Yeah. Well, 3-finger, I mean they're like you try to do it in a low grip and just slide it up, or else I'd use my thumb in it all the time. Fakey thumb mic drops. It's honestly rare to see people doing mic drops, to be honest.
Oh, dude, I mean,
not thumb. It's like the basic one.
Most of my early days slinging was, besides nothing but rolls, rolls and rebounds, was all mic drops. Because the first time I saw like Weston, him do a mic drop and his tutorial on mic drops, I'm like, that's the goods.
Mm-hmm.
In fact,
that was a cool one.
Yeah, it's the goods. It was one of the first tricks I learned. Was taught by Ilya when we did our session. Was the
this an online session?
Yeah, video chat.
That's cool.
Yeah. So between the harpoons I got off Ilya and then learning and having learned like mic drops with Weston from Weston's tutorial, that is. That's all I was doing early days was all those tension pop kind of things. So your mic drop tension pops and top end tension pops. I love those tension tricks, man. So I still kind of go back to doing them every now and then.
I'm actually curious. Do you think like online slinging session would work? You think that's like a possibility if everybody got into like a Zoom call and had one person lead the way? You think that's possible? Is like you can see the tricks. Like if you learn from Ilya, and he did everything super smooth. Like, is it possible with our cameras?
You don't mind, but
what you're looking to do, I suppose. Like if you're looking to do like a group set of add-on or copycat or something like that, then maybe.
Wow,
but it would get messy. But I mean, tutorial sessions totally doable. Because I mean,
that's actually a really good idea. Like a group chat copycat session right there live.
Yeah, I mean, it would work. You'd need to make sure everyone had good quality kind of video and could clearly see what they were doing based on how they
you can join the call, but if your camera's not good, you're gone. Like you're cut.
You're out. Sorry.
I mean, it's easy to do, right? Just like you have to have this quality. You can be in the call, but in order to join in, you have to have like a minimum level quality of camera.
I think that would be my only hesitation about trying to do like a group thing like that. Is that you'd need to make sure that, because I mean we're not talking juggling or kendama, which is bigger and further back and it's easier to see. I mean, Begleri, it's tricky to see. I mean, even if you're up close, you kind of get lost. You lose what's happening with the joiner in motion a lot of the time. So yeah, it's hard to see what people are doing.
That's the honor system, though, as well, right?
Yeah, a little bit that would come into play if you were using it to do, like a group add-on kind of thing. It's like, did you get it? Yeah. Can you see? No, I can't see. Okay, well, trust me. Okay, cool. You know.
Well, I've asked this that question multiple times. Like, what do you think? Like, any ideas you can do as a community? And I think, honestly, organically, I think you come up with one of the best ideas that actually seems to be possible to do online, like a big Zoom call or something like that, where a giant give add-on. It's honestly a great idea. It's worth trying out.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see people try it. I mean, yeah, I'd have a harder time joining in.
I always liked,
but you know, it would be cool.
I love the Instagram story add-ons. Like somebody would just be like, it was like Mitch and Colton would do them, and you know, it'd start with like one thing, and then the next guy would keep just every story would add something, and have to keep. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I missed those actually. They were really cool. Like I did a few of those with a couple of the, like, via Instagram with a couple of the Discord guys, and they were actually really helpful when you're still getting good. Because it helps you learn new tricks as well as learn new links. I mean, it's one thing to know how to do a bead roll, but it's another thing to be able to bead roll into something specific that you haven't done before, or to get to the bead roll from something you haven't done before. Being forced into that is actually really helpful. But that kind of died, I think. Like doing add-ons kind of died after a while, I think, because the style of flow.
Marcus and Peyton was a legendary one. I watched that.
To something very different. You know, the meta at the moment for slinging is very different from how the meta was too, and it makes it hard, I think, for some people to do copycat and add-on kind of stuff with other people, because it really depends on what style of flow you have.
You check the Facebook copycat often? Like, what is the meta right now on the Facebook in terms of slinging?
I haven't actually watched any copycat. I just am aware that it's there. All the stuff that I've seen was all Instagram mostly.
Oh yeah, I'm curious because the copycat's still going on Facebook, but I don't really check it out. I know their slinging style is very different.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's the thing. Like, I might be jumping to like making an incorrect assumption, but I feel like the meta on Instagram with the high-end slingers at the moment with the unpronounceable names would be very different to the kind of slinging that's happening on Facebook, and it's probably relatively different to how it was, you know, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
So we do this event, and then we'll have Jeremy come in and just do some weird ass trick.
That's it, like the XJCs and stuff.
Everybody instantly fails.
Yeah, he'd be in there doing all the anti-flow with the stop motions and stuff, where you do the roll with the thing and change the chord and all that crazy stuff that I just don't have the skill to do. And that is like, copy that. No.
I think though it would work, but just for the simple reason, if it's live, you can explain it to us, and then everybody will leave like actually learning something, right? Because at least he'll be like, cause like the thing of anti-flow is that it's actually a lot easier once the steps are broken down. It just looks complicated, like done quickly.
Valid, very valid. Yeah.
I think that's a lot of Begleri tricks. Is it looks complicated until you just break it down, then it's like, oh, it's not.
That's it. Like the
completely insane.
The work I talked about before, because of the comment on YouTube, I think it was somebody asking for a tutorial on Grapevine. It's like, well, actually, that's a really simple quick trick, but first thing you see, you're like.
Do you want to do a tutorial on Grapevine right now?
Yeah, sure.
Which Grapevine did they use? Grapevine Switch, or I guess they didn't specify. Who said that comment? Let me scroll up. That was from Lightly Toasted. What? He knows how to. Doesn't he know how to do Grapevine? You guys do a Grapevine tutorial. All right. Hell yes. Yeah, I swear you know that.
They're still in chat.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah.
Finally. Alright, who wants to take charge on the Grapevine tutorial?
Alright, so low grip in between your pinky and your ring finger. You're going to wrap the bead away from you around your middle finger, be in sort of this reverse spring
Anti-spring.
sort of position. Anti-spring. I know none of the nomenclature or what's the word I'm thinking of?
I don't know. But finish the tutorial.
Yeah, sorry.
We're following along here.
So you get anti-spring. You're gonna roll the top bead towards you and let it wrap around your pointer finger. And then when you get into this position, you let go of the bead in low grip, and then just tilt your hand over in all one motion like that. Then that's the grapevine right there, and then you can just roll out of it.
It's one of the grapevines. Did you get that? Terminology's not there. I mean, there's multiple, right? There is the other one, which is the other direction, not anti-spring and normal spring. And then literally all you do is let go of the bottom bead and wrap that over top of your index finger. Kind of use the tension, and it just pops over top, and that's technically another grapevine. Simple.
Yeah, I'll handle the floor stall tutorial.
You can say the Grapevine Switch. You know how to do that one, Soul?
Nah.
Okay, I guess you have to.
I know. No idea if I know.
Can you see my hand?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do a spring over your middle finger, like normal. Except now you throw it back over your index finger. That same bead, the black bead in this case, throw it over your index finger. Right? Okay, you're in that position. Alright, and now with the tension, you're gonna just you're just gonna squeeze the lower bead that come up over your index, and the other bead will switch down at the same time. And you kind of do a little scissor action with your fingers. Does that make sense?
That works for me.
Literally just tension. You're gonna split your fingers apart. So these two fingers just literally do this, and it will switch on its own. So step 1, do a spring. Step 2, throw that top bead over your index finger, and then you just tension, and it just unravels. It does it itself. I don't know how else to say it. It does it itself. Yeah, you can't really throw it. You have to just do it with the tension. Did it work for you? If it didn't work for you, then I'm explaining it terribly.
I got it.
You got it? Alright.
Yeah, it worked out for me.
Alright, there we go. Grapevine Switch. We did every single grapevine.
Yeah, that one I think I've actually done myself, but never actually learned that had a name. It was just a thing that you do.
Yeah.
One of those accidental unlocks, I think.
Yeah. I think that's most of Begleri, let's be real. So Kansoj, how do you say his name? His name backwards or something. Josh. He did the whole February as well.
There are a couple. Kansoj, and there's one other person that was story posting every day of February. Was it iMapo or was it somebody else?
Story posting.
Can't remember. You know, one of the other Monkey Finger guys, Full Count Rob.
Yeah.
He was posting. I don't know if he did it every day, but he was posting. I think he did most of the days.
Watching the February
If you
inspired
don't
me.
do, hey, that's good. That's the whole point. Like, that is the point of it. Is even if you don't post every day, it's okay. It's just to get everybody posting. To make sure you post more. Anybody watching posts more. It's like everybody posting as much as possible. So
Watching your little aerial. You say you recorded all of these tricks in one session?
So for the first 7 clips or so, I did in one session, and then I think for the next week, I did it in another session, and then every day after that, I did just like a clip a day. It was hard because I'm working overnights right now, so my sleep schedule is all messed up. So I like wake up at random times and just kind of sleep whenever I can. Sometimes I miss a day or post twice a day, and with Instagram, like for some reason, it wouldn't crop my clips correctly, or like a lot of times I would film something on Instagram and then it would go out of frame, and then I have to film it again. I'm like, so it was kind of frustrating.
That's who it was.
Gallo.
Yeah. Gallo, yeah. That's the one.
Yeah. If only it could if only it showed up in like here, right? It doesn't do that, right? Oh, because the story is it just disappears, right?
Yeah, that's it. They're only there for 4 hours. Oh well.
So why did you choose to do yours in the story and not do it on Oh, he actually has it here. Popular.
Yeah, that's an aesthetics choice. I've always tried to keep my Instagram account just artsy photos. If you sort of look at it, so all the videos always start with an artsy photo at the beginning. It's just an aesthetic choice. I like the way that looks on my profile, which means that if I'm going to do a post, I have to stuff around with doing a photo and editing and making it look pretty. Nobody cares, but I care. I feel like I have to do it. So if I just want to do a daily kind of quick sling, I don't really want to have to take the time to do a full clip every single day, because that's going to destroy my sanity. So yeah, therefore it goes story post. It does mean that gets lost a bit. I try and keep actually half decent story posts in my story highlights. On
we got the meme Larry, and we'll go through that. I think it's worth going through meme Larry today. But
nice.
First, I have to admire day 3 here from Gallo, because that is a freaking badass trick.
They were pulling some pretty decent lines for February, I must admit. And props for running the squeakers, because those things are not the easiest things to sling because they're so light. But anytime anyone runs with squeakers, it's like, yeah.
Does anybody know what trick that is, though? Jeremy? What trick? What trick is this? Does anybody know this trick? Because what? I'm so confused by what he's doing, and I want this video saved.
I recognize a couple of the elements, but
well, I want this like slow mode so I can.
That's cool.
He slips it up, and then like I don't get it. Just that part, I lose it.
Yeah, that's nice.
So really, it's so smooth.
Yeah. I think that was one of my favorites. That was what I was thinking of when I say that they were pulling off some seriously smooth lines during February. And there you go. There's the squeakers.
The clip right there that's unreal, man. I'm just getting kind of back to like posting again and seeing this new era of tech that people are coming up with, and it's really impressive and fun to watch and see how this thing that I've always loved or I've loved since I started, and how it's grown and developed and kind of matured in such an amazing way. I'm so happy to see it grow. So
That's a killer line. I'm impressed. Zirconian bead in your beard? What? Who has a zirconian bead in their beard? What? Soul, you have a bead in your beard?
What? Is that so? No. I actually tried to get a couple of beads in here, but it's not long enough yet. I'm working on it. Give it time. It'll be piratey in no time at all.
Yeah, it is. No closer move today. And closers are a really big thing to people's combos. I know Nanon doesn't really do closers, so Soul, you're starting to implement the chops.
It kind of has become a bigger thing, hasn't it? It used to be that you just pretty much, stopped neatly and were like, here it is, have a look at my set, and it was all about just showing off the set. Nowadays, it seems to be important that you're actually doing something interesting with the closer. So, yeah, I'm trying. I've got the chop down most of the time. I'm trying to bring in the closer where you throw the set in the air and then just grab the whole thing in your hand cleanly. I've got that going in a couple of them. I think I've got that in one of the really early February clips for this year, in fact. I think it's smooth. That's just me then.
Just grab the whole thing. Just violate the string. What if you wanted to continue the combo? You can't.
You can't? Ha! Challenge accepted.
Nanon, are you learning any closers? Is that something you're going to add to your game?
Closers? I never saw this, that like slap finisher before. I thought it was really cool, so I was kind of trying those. You didn't see me like having to pick up my set every 5 seconds because I kept trying them. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna explore more, and the more cool stuff I see, the more I want to try it, and kind of break away from all my habits.
He did it again. He did that thing again, but he did it differently this time. So that's some nice shit. But right here, he did it again, but he ended on his freaking. Was that his pinky or his ring finger? I don't know how he's getting down like that. Where's Mitch?
That's like
we need the trick breakdown squad. Where are you at? Marcus, you in the chat? Explain this. What is that trick?
Slow-mo.
Where's it come from?
Slow-mo.
I've seen it before. Is that something Bagels does? I've seen that before. I know I've seen it before. Really good combo, by the way. Gallo, check this because this is some fire February, so I'm really impressed.
I used to do this like sort of as you finish it with your like thumb up like that. But then I think I read somewhere that putting your thumb up is offensive in Greece. Begleri or Greek. I was like, oh no, I can't do that.
Wait,
what?
I
have to stop this.
Wait, explain this. What is?
I've heard that as well.
On the internet or somewhere. I used to basically do sort of a finish for your and end with my thumb up, like two thumbs up, like that. And then I read somewhere that putting your thumb up is offensive in Greece. And so I swore it off. I stopped doing it because Begleri are Greek. So I was like, I don't want to. I didn't know, right? So
I've been thumbsing up the chat. I'm being offensive. Wow, that's really that's actually something really good to know for if you guys want to go to Greece and sling there.
Yeah, I'll look this up right now.
I remember you being like one of the first people to do the 2-finger roll transfer, wasn't it? Right, Nanon? Back in the day.
2-finger roll transfer.
Well, yeah, cause I see his video. Yeah, cause I see this video right here, and it reminds me of that. This 2-finger roll transfers. You're one of the first people to do that.
They used to be huge. People being able to actually do secondhand stuff at all.
Oh yeah, here we go. I love doing offhand or other hand tricks. I thought that old tutorial on the Around Square YouTube channel where he's kind of just hitting it off the back of his hand and then slinging here and then extending on from that. I always found was really fun, and like going underhand to here and then back. So
Gallo?
yeah, I remember.
Sorry,
I'm just Mitch and I just had a day where that's cool, man. It's good. It's good. I like slinging.
I like the slinging. I mean, as Gallo, does anybody in the chat know if Gallo's ever won any of the contests in the Round Square? I think he's actually like top tiered skill with these combos I'm seeing him bust out. Definitely one of them could be a winner in the freestyle competition. Really impressive. And now we're gonna have to go check out Nanon's freestyles and be like, oh, well. Shit. Nah, you have really good ones. So.
It's all history, man. It's all history. I'm happy to be a part of the roots, and you know, if the fruit at the higher parts of the tree tastes a little better, I'm okay with that. That's cool.
I think this is really like a good showcase of like new school style and then like old school style. Like I like old school style because the fidget factor is really nice, but like this actually looks really cool and fluid too.
Well, I love BMX, right? And it's the same thing in BMX. If you go back to the 80s and watch what guys are doing in the 80s with the flatland freestyle stuff, so cool to see. Well, that's where everything comes from. And then you watch guys now, and it's all like eggs hard 180 bar spin out, and it's so different now, and it's fun to see how it all evolves. So
yeah, they got that same energy. Yeah. We didn't really analyze Soulsmith's combos here. Like, I'd say you have like, number one, your camera lighting is always super bright and nice, and all your beads are really colorful and beautiful, which is great to watch, even in the stories. But also, it's just so, I love watching full hand roll stuff. Like, you have a lot of One Direction.
That's sweet. I love the tricks where you're crossing string with another Begleri. That's so cool.
What are you? Is it like delayed or something? What, the 2-finger tricks?
I think the YouTube is delayed.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
I thought you were watching the Discord.
I'm synced up again. I was just watching Gallows. I can't see the. Maybe.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, I think we're all synced up now.
Number one, this is really impressive to me because I've actually was trying to do this for a long time, and I could not for the life of me because I was trying to do a Doris combo, and he does this hand roll where he switches it like this, and it's like, how is that easy for you?
That kind of flat open palm thing.
Yeah,
that's actually really hard to capture on film because I mean, while it looks like beads are kind of going in this kind of plane, that thing is actually really flat, like it's dead flat plane. It's not easy.
So how many
it's a lot
tries for that one?
Actually, like it looks cool, and it's even harder still, but it doesn't actually look nearly as cool as the work you have to put into to get it to work. It's not worth it. The payout's actually not that great.
I mean, that's a badass combo. Was this a first try?
That on film was not the first try, no. But I mean, when I came up with that sequence, I'm like, maybe I should do a thing and that thing there and the thing. And I got it first go and was like, well, that's obviously really easy, so I'll put it on film. And then, of course, the song bit took 10 minutes so they will get down clean. Funnily enough, it was.
Oh, there's a good.
It was like, what is it? That move that I was actually having trouble getting smooth in that clip.
Which one? Which move?
That
stuff.
The
cast. Oh, well, the slip and slide. Yeah, that's actually like
it's
that's
actually
a
really
max
easy
trick,
trick,
right?
but I mean, it's a real sort of timing and hand placement and balance thing, which is very much what a lot of the palm stuff is. It's all about good timing more than anything else. So while technically they're a really easy trick, practically it's just a real pain in the ass half the time.
Yeah, I would not say they're easy tricks at all. Palm tricks are definitely like next level.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Like that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, that's not going to work.
What were you saying?
Say, do you plan out your combos by each trick? Plan out your combos beforehand? Are you like, okay, I'm going to do a bead roll up and a whirl and then film it, or do you just kind of freestyle?
Both for me. I mean, I'll often have like a trick that I want to do, and then I'll just kind of work around it and be like, oh, well, this works with that, and what if I can do this kind of joiner into there, and link into there, and but yeah, I mean, for Begleri, for example, some of those was just a case of turn the camera on and be like, let's just start slinging and see what I come up with. But sometimes
get a clip out before midnight.
Yeah. Well, my very last post. Most posts I was doing after work and then posting them. That one I had a very busy day. So at like 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, I've got to film my last Begleri. Crap.
Dedication.
So that was turn on the camera and be like, yeah, this is the thing, you know.
I love your beats sliding. It's so underrated. How you start like this and then you slide your beads up, get a little combo, and then you split them again.
Bead slides are actually a lot of fun. It was a pity that didn't really kind of catch on because they're actually quite techy. I think the biggest problem with the bead slides is that they required sets that kind of slid on your cord, and most people play out 550, so with a bore that isn't very wide, they're not going to go anywhere. So you kind of had to run with Kumi cord, like the 12 strand and 16 strand Kumi cords, or old school 275 paracord. So if you're running with like 550, it's really tricky. Which is why Rand Square's new Sigmas are actually really cool, because they have a wider bore and you can bead slide with those on 550, and it's the goods.
The Cumberland goods.
It's like, well, because I mean, there on 550, and they actually slide through.
Oh yeah, that's
with that
on 550. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
fatty string slides.
Oh yeah.
So they're actually really fun to do bead slides on.
Those are the MK Supers?
These are just the standard Sigmas before
Sigmas. Oh, okay.
Before the MKUs got released with the mini Sigmas. So this is the standard ones. Yeah.
Do you use small sets? Do you sling small sets?
I sling everything.
Well, all these clips they're pretty big beads. Doing the freaking, I haven't seen those in so long. The gap transfer, the fakey gap transfer. What are they called? Infinite gap transfers?
Oh yeah, infinite fakey gap transfers. Yeah, I do them a lot.
The gap transfers gave me trouble for so long.
Wait, where's the clip? Is this it? This is it. What were you saying, Nanan?
Gap transfers gave me trouble for so long. It's still like my least consistent, not least consistent, but out of all the tricks I know, they took me the longest.
I think that was one of the with mic drops and gap transfers. That was all I was about at first. That's all I really cared about learning, because they just looked so funky. I think the fakey 1-2 gap transfers was the first trick I learned by watching one of Ilya's videos.
What's with the gift choice in this video?
Probably because of the music that's playing.
Oh, yeah, I don't have the music.
I can't remember what music I had playing in there, but it'd probably be because of the music.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't put any background music on this whole stream, but yeah, I don't think it's that bad. We'll watch it back and we'll see if it's a bad idea. Well, when I play the music, it overbears our voices.
Going down a hard road.
Because Instagram doesn't have a volume slider, you know.
Yeah, it's such a pain.
Freaking billion-dollar company, Facebook, you know, own half the internet, half the world. Can't put in a volume slider on their website, so it's too much for them.
You can't even crop your videos on Instagram.
At least videos can be default muted nowadays on Instagram, because you couldn't hear that before. So I couldn't even try and watch them on my desktop because it was just too loud.
Alright, and we gotta go through Nanon. Wait, this is really old. Where's the first video of the month?
The first one.
Day 11.
Maybe farther.
Day 2. February 1st, and then what was the video before that? September 6th. What was that? Fun little trick I've been doing lately. Oh yeah, the direction change rolls. They are fun. Slippery slide. You can see the love given to this set right here.
That was my first monkey finger set. I bought that in college. I remember I waited we're out of stock for 6 months before I ended up getting one. And so yeah, I had to stay up all night, wait for the drop, and buy them right away.
What's very impressive about these videos is how different everybody's styles are. Right? I love it so much. How unique Begleri has come. Everybody is unique styles. Yeah, beautiful. See, this is where you could have learned from Soul, you know, and caught in the palm grip.
Yeah, oh man.
You know, instead of trying to catch it, you should have just tried to go for the palm.
It's fun to land aerials into rolls and stuff. There was a while I was trying to do a roll into an aerial and then land back into a roll and just kind of loop that infinitely. It's tough, but I got it a couple times. But
I very rarely even try and do aerial into roll when I'm doing a film sequence for a post, because I know that it's just going to double my recording time. It's going to take so long for me to get it cleanly, because that's just so tricky. It's just so hard.
I live in an apartment too. So I live in an apartment with hardwood floors, so I have to put blankets down and stuff so I don't annoy my neighbors from just dropping a Begleri set every couple seconds.
Yeah, I think that's why
it makes sense. You come from a yo-yo roots. You're used to things being stuck on a string. You know, you can't throw it out of your hands. Not everybody.
Yeah, I've come from where everything is getting thrown and spacewalks and all these and crazy stuff.
Now it is. Yeah, it didn't start that way, right? Looking at OG slinging styles. It's still really smooth. The one-directional flows are really underrated now. The stick in one direction for a long time.
That was if you could go in one direction for more than 10 seconds, you were legit. Because people would go from the bottom and then they'd get to the top, and then they'd have to go back down and they'd have to change directions every so often. Mm-hmm. And so there was only a few guys who could just keep going in the same direction. And now it's all different, but I
still really love this style. Actually, this style is actually weirdly enough, still like the most impressive live style to show people who don't know what Begleri is. This style of slinging will always get more hype than doing way more advanced tricks, which is, I mean, this takes a lot of skill, right? But like, because of how smooth it is, and like if you can keep going one direction a long time, that's all people like really care about, because they can't really see the intricacies, they can't really see the details in your tricks, but they see you slinging like one way and it's just swirling a lot, then they get really impressed. So just so you know, if you want to impress like random people, if you're entertaining them, like I had to do a lot of that when I did events and shows, whatever. Just slinging one direction is like that's like the most hype for people.
Slinging non-stop for just a long time too.
I mean, if you ever watched the that one Sling Fest that happened in the States, if you ever watched the video for that, they had a competition, and it was everyone got to do a set and just sort of do some slinging, and it was crowd voted who won, so based on popularity. And while a couple of the guys who slang were doing some kind of techie stuff, it just techie stuff live doesn't translate as well, because it's all like up in here. The people who are doing just lots of rolls and a few aerials and stuff like that, they were the ones that ended up winning, because it is a lot more sort of flashy, especially in person. I mean, a clip is all close up, so you can make that look interesting. You can use slow motion effects to make it look really interesting. But in person, it's all about the big tricks.
Yeah, exactly. The big flashy tricks and like just the flow. Oh, this was a short one for day 8. This trick was from the Japanese slinger, right? Like the thumb bounce or something like that. Or what do they call that?
Yeah, I this was something like that.
Yeah, he posts a lot. I don't know why his name escapes me right now. His videos get higher and higher quality every single year.
Is that the guy who wears the bandana around his mouth in all his films? Hero?
Well, sometimes. Yeah, Hero. Yeah. I think he invented that trick, and it's a great one.
I love floor plane stuff, because I may or may not have loved to flip balisongs back in the day.
Oh, is that where you get your?
So there was a lot of like, floor plane stuff and balisong flipping.
It makes sense now that why you were really good at aerials. That's what I was about to say. Like kendama players and like yo-yo players, like when they come slingers, they seem to keep the beat in their hands a lot more. And every single balisong slinger just aerials like crazy. From my experience.
Yeah. That's fun to. That's cool to see though as well. Is like, what other stuff do you do? And how does that translate to your slinging style?
Yeah, we're the hand sack slingers. I want to see some tricks balancing on the back of your hand.
Yeah, people who play with hand sacks, they'll come in and they'll start doing all the palm stuff and just getting some epic stuff going on.
Did you film with a tripod as well?
Some days I did. Like this clip was filmed on a tripod. This clip was not.
That pinky roll at the beginning is underrated. I guess that's why you threw it in at the start.
That is the fun. I remember I was trying to learn whirls, and that was like downward whirl training turned into that. Then I actually thought it was a downward whirl doing that trick, because whirls were just invented, so it was kind of hard to tell. And then I was talking to Mitch, and I was like, "Oh, wait a sec, this is a downward whirl. This makes way more sense." And then I was like, "What's this? I've never seen anybody do this." So
yeah, How do you do that actually? Because I'm gonna add that into my flow right now.
Okay, so I actually there should be a I think when you did the Instagram spotlight on my Instagram, you featured it, and I do a slow motion clip of it.
Oh.
You start in a downward whirl. You start in kind of a high grip, and then we'll do it like this. It's gonna go down into shaky mid grip, and then instead of just letting it go roll into your pinky, you're actually gonna push your pinky away from your hand like that. And so once you're, I don't know how to show this. Once you're down here, you flip your hand outwards and then let the bead wrap around the outside of your pinky back towards.
And then what do you do after that? I'm in that. You just roll it out, let go of the top bead.
After that, yeah, you let go of the top bead like you're doing a whirl, and then letting it wrap around your pinky, and then you
that's great.
Depending on how long your string is, it'll either do a full rotation and actually roll like back up. But if your string's a little bit a little shorter, you won't be able to do the roll. So
I did it. There we go. Hey, that's so neat. I like that.
That's a fun trick.
That feels really nice on my pinky.
Yeah.
Finally,
I like when because it's all towards your palm, right? So when stuff goes away from your palm, it's almost it's like a different realm of slinging, and I wish more tricks would explore more areas of your hand, if that makes sense.
Well, you gotta check out freaking Doras. He explores the outer world, irregular world realm like crazy. That's his safe space.
It's his safe space.
Marcus is saying in the chat that there's a clip of Knife Stuff doing pop aerials. It's his first time with Begleri. Yeah, Balisong slingers pick it up and they just throw it in the air. They just that's how they get used
Stuff
to
was a big inspiration for me, specifically just because I was like Balisong player, slinger. I was like, it was cool to watch.
And then we had some pen spinners who went completely wild and created new stuff. Yeah, the pen spinners created the really like flowy, like loopy stuff. Like it's just slow, controlled, sideways. Really nice.
I think what was really impressive with the pen spinners that got in, like gave Begleri a shot, people like Dorez, is because of the nature of pen spinning, they're not maintaining the same plane. So they're not just slinging at this kind of plane. They're going over the place, which is why you've got Dorez's stuff is changing and getting over the back of the hand and stuff, because that's all a flow over from doing pen spinning. So they get sort of lots of different planes.
That is true. They implement like the most plane switches in any combo. Like, yeah, that's just like their natural. That's pretty awesome to think about. Everybody has like their where I come from. Are you happy? You get your power up.
Marble, Marble's actually good for that. Marble's been does a lot of experimenting with trying to intentionally change, with a lot of anti-flow kind of stuff. But change, move to there, change that grip to there, and then move back up to here, and then stop, do a bit of anti-flow grip change, and then go onto a different plane from there. And it's healthy.
They're also perfectionists, which is very appreciated as well. Every single pen spinner seems to be a perfectionist. I don't know if that's like a pen spinning thing because you don't want to drop it and be annoying in class. You have to be perfect at it if you're gonna do it. I think that's a pen spinning.
Pen spinning's also got a huge sort of community, and there's, as a result of that, there's probably an expectation of perfection. If you post something that's not clean, you're probably going to get ripped apart. But so upside to that kind of thing is that you end up being very, very clean.
Is this what inspired asking how to do a grapevine? We got a nice clear video here. After a nice skip 2-finger roll, and then he goes straight into the grapevine. Not even the same grapevine he taught. Dan is still there. In this clip, it's not even the grapevine that you taught.
It's not?
No, it's not. Oh wait, it is. You just do an extra rotation before you go up into it. Okay.
Just be able to roll into it.
Yeah.
No, sometimes stuff just happens and it looks cool, and then so you keep it in.
They also go pretty vanilla with the video editing, no music or anything. Yeah, it's just all about the flow. I can appreciate that.
I mute everything. It's like my girlfriend will be playing like Little Nightmares in the background or something, so you just hear her screaming. And yeah, I try to just keep it all. And like, you know, if you're watching this in class, you don't want to have the music come on or.
Oh yeah, it is muted. Yeah. This is like.
Also, can you hear me breathing on the clips behind the cameras?
I tend to not breathe if I'm like did a good combo and I want to finish it. I just stop breathing, and then at the end you just hear long breath. Yes.
You're giving away the behind the scenes here, because I mean, most of my videos, if you could actually hear what's going on, you'd probably be hearing things like, "Yep, now don't stuff it up this time. Yep, good, you got it. Ah, god damn it, you muffed that up." You know.
I think everybody would love that though. We just need more Australian insults.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Who was that? Somebody posted a clip to Instagram, and it was purely outtakes. It was just it was like 30 seconds of them dropping the set and swearing and stuff like that. It was brilliant. I actually really liked that.
I have tons of those clips.
Yeah.
Nobody will see them.
Just for my own ego.
This was one of my favorite combos because you did the friggin' wow, name's now escaping me. We recently talked about this in the Begleri Discord. The Sonic, Neosonic, yeah. You did it so smoothly. Going up is ridiculous. How smooth you do it, going down and then up. Yeah. What do you call it? What did you call those? Those are called Neos.
I called those sneakies.
You have a completely different name, eh?
Well, as far as I know, I invented that trick, so I should be able to name it. So I remember posting it for the first time, and Weston was like, "Please post slow motion," and Mitch was like, "What even happened? Like, I didn't even see what you did there." And so, yeah, I didn't know that people even did that trick. I thought it was just a thing that I like, you know what I mean? So
I think it's inherited its name because it's similar to a pen spinning move. That's my understanding.
Yeah, from this tutorial from on the round square. I believe it's the same thing as this, but it's just like super smooth. He goes sideways. I guess that's the difference. You're doing it palm, so I guess you can have a different name. I guess it basically
could. Yeah, I've always. Yeah, to me that so it's a different thing altogether. To me, at least.
Yeah.
It's breaking between each move, whereas you do it almost like as a straight ladder, like a
a sneaky ladder. I think that's what I originally called it. It's just basically it's a way that you can go up from low grip to top grip, while keeping a forward momentum. And because I would sling forwards, and then I'd get to the bottom, and I'd say, okay, well, I need to go back up so I can keep the momentum forwards.
Yeah, because they called this the closed fist Neosonic here. It just like sneaks
Close
up
fist
your
neosonic.
finger. Here, I'll show you. Yeah. This is why I assumed it was a neosonic. Because it was done like... Oh, freaking hell. I gotta go back more. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a... Wait, did I just go back to the same part again? Yeah, there. You just open his hand a little bit. But you're doing it both directions. As I'm used to, opening your hand like this, and then the closed fist version. See, that's the same thing as you going down. This is the same as you going down, but what's impressive is how you go up.
Where's the Discord? If you want to see, if you close your fist like this, and then individually open each one of your fingers and close it, and now do that while you're holding the bead and spinning it forwards. So
it just wraps around.
You'll feel it. It'll wrap and then change grips. So you kind of want to keep your finger.
Which direction
keep your
am I
fingers
spinning
like
it? Oh, I'm spinning it outwards,
spin away from
me.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can do the same thing, going down by swinging it towards you.
Yeah, cause that's the neosonic I'm used to, the downwards. But I've never seen the upwards before. I mean, you can just call upward sneakies and downward neosonics, and nobody gets confused.
Yeah, okay. Because I think I posted it on my Instagram like long ago.
Dun, 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 dun. Claiming tricks. Old school Begleri
Claiming
style.
Hot Begleri controversial tea moment. I did it first. Oh my god. Who cares, man? Whatever. Neosonic sneakies. It's just a trick. It's beads. It's a toy. Have fun.
It depends on what's the better name that catches on, because everybody forgets names anyways. But
exactly. Nobody remembers what names.
Except for me, who has to put it onto a website to lock it in history forever. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure most that's true. I know are called Thingy, and that's the names.
So I need to get a clip of the sneaky going up, and then I'll put it up. I'll make a note because I always forget to do this stuff. I'm not gonna do it until I finish a new website.
I can send it to you if you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. I have to. Yeah, I got a lot of tricks I need to upload. Where the heck were we? Oh my gosh. What day were we on?
Here's this one.
Yeah.
The next one.
Oh yeah, and
the slow motion.
Yeah. Slow motion. And out of frame. Beautiful.
it was perfectly in frame until Instagram decided it wasn't.
Oh yeah, because you film vertical.
It was like 3 a.m, so I wanted to sleep.
Yeah, that's brutal. Out of frame. But this was you holding the phone, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And then you get the slow-mo of it. Okay, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It looks so much easier in slow-mo. But in really fast, it looks really impressive. I think that's also be one of those tricks I say. I don't know. I need a word for it to be like performance save or something like performance flare, like live flare. I don't know what word I would use to explain like tricks that just look good live.
Spectator tricks.
Spectator
for
tricks?
the spectator. It's all for the hype.
Yeah.
So there was this clip has a sneaky in it.
Yeah, I think a
Beginning.
sneaky would be a good spectator trick for sure.
Upward sneaky ladder, because you kind of like it happens so quick that people don't like notice it. You know, people miss it. It's like, what happened there?
Well, if you mention it, yeah, you're just like, look, I'm in low grip, boop, 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 through every finger, and then you roll back down. And you talk while you do it, and then it would be like, oh my god, you know. Literally, though, you could just throw your beat up in the air and catch it, and they would be impressed. But I think that's better. Well, this is like the first video with sound.
Oh, I didn't edit it. Did I not edit this? It probably just didn't edit properly. Because sometimes Instagram does that. You like cut it and everything, and oh, that sucks. I hate that.
What? Showing your mistakes, yeah. Bounce back. Pick it up again. Post the drops. Yeah, you got the whole clip in here. This is the realest it gets. This is Begleri.
I'll delete this. This is what I delete, but then I'll post what I edited the clip to be real.
This is what you don't see, guys, when you're trying to get a combo right. It's like, I know I want to get this freaking 0G world thumb bro into. That's beautiful. This is why I like it.
He's off deleting that video right now.
He's deleting it right now.
It'll disappear as you're watching it.
Error can no longer play.
What day is that? I'll delete it right now.
Right,
swear on me, mum.
That's cool.
Oh, and then you do the spiral wrap, which is really nice. And then the sneaky into a 2-finger roll. What's it called when you do 2 finger on the top? Pistol?
No.
You really like what?
Just 2-finger up.
Yeah, I wonder if you do
spiral wraps.
Oh, yeah. Spiral wraps are really cool, and underdone.
I remember, Matt and I from Around Square were talking, and we're like, we both kind of had an idea for spiral wraps, and we were like, okay, how do you do it? Oh, okay, well, how do you do it? And we kind of shared notes on them. Because they are an underutilized trick. I 100% agree. They're so cool. They're so smooth when they're done right, and not a lot of people do them.
It's a spectator trick.
Yeah, Matt used to have spiral wraps on almost every single one of his videos and all of his stories. He could do it at least once.
Yeah, it makes everybody think he's amazing, even though he wouldn't say it himself.
Because it's they're very flashy.
Yeah, super flashy. Really cool. It really works well with Matt's style too. He has like the OG's style. And like he goes like side to side. His hand isn't always fully straight all the time, right? He's kind of just flowing loose with it. Just chill, you know? And then the music's blasting. He's got the hip hop beats going, so you're like, yeah.
That style is cool. It's fun to watch.
It's just a fresh, like urban style. It's like, yeah. Like I feel like you could be in a circle. Everybody's just like,
I like how he's selling his pants. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I've gotten some on the way. I plan to dress up.
I kind of want to get some. Oh, that's so funny.
Got a round square beanie, and I've got the slacks, and I'm sure I can just go and grab a plain white button-up shirt. That'll be it. I'll be Matt.
Everybody dress up as Matt for Halloween and post a clip.
You need a baggy button-up shirt.
Slow motion.
The double. Oh, I thought you were gonna go for the double spiral wrap. You had the setup.
That was like in the middle.
Casualty. There we go.
Nice. Wrap it around unwrap it once, and then you blow.
See, in slow mo, those tricks look sick.
Well, that was like while I was going to school. I was in my first year. I was posting a lot, and a lot of my friends that I was going to school with didn't know what Begleri was, and they would always come to me and it's like, whenever you post something in slow motion, I always just get mesmerized because it's so cool. It's so hard to see when it's not in slow motion. So thank you for posting it in slow motion.
Hmm.
So I always try to get a good slow-mo cam on my phone so I can film in slow motion.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice. Fire raps.
Those are executive apes, are they, in that clip that you're using?
Yeah, those are executive apes.
I always wanted
Hard
those
to see.
sets, but now I don't because they're heavy. I'm like every single year I go lighter and lighter. I keep going lighter and lighter. What was
The
that?
opposite. I'm like,
Oh, when we're all talking over each other. All right, let's Soul go first.
Soul, you go ahead.
Yeah, this is a downside to me being in Australia. There's probably a mad delay. My bad. I was going to say the Executive Apes Mark II. They're going to be lighter.
Yeah.
See, this is a freaking monkey fist commercial. Everybody, if you don't have monkey MFDs sets, you should pick it up. They have the cool colors, and they don't even actually come off that quickly. You think the colors would come off really quick, but they don't. You can bash them, bounce them, and they seem to last.
Seriously.
I've had these for like 3 years now, and they're one of my most played sets. They have the weights on the inside because I like them heavy. So
yeah, I was going to say that's what 3 years worth of play. That was the first set, one of the first sets I got. Yeah, they're still holding on strong.
Yeah. And if you're really feeling like a daredevil and you want to pick up some monkey finger, make sure you get the stretchy cords. Glow in the dark, stretchy cords.
Yo, Simon loves those stretchy cords.
Days of shiz. Is this a lock?
Oh yeah, well, when you know 4 tricks, you have to do stuff like this to keep it fresh.
Chaps, now people actually are gonna do real ones, which is impressive. We've come that far. You can do real chaplains now. I don't know who is the one that can do them. I don't remember.
Matt got good at doing like I can't remember what it's called, but he does like a hole where he kind of like cancels it by like pinching his fingers together. Like he did so many, and I was like, that's just insane. Looked real cool.
Oh, the wow.
What are they called, Simon?
I know the name, but as soon as I want to say it, it gets left my head.
They're not like
stop
infinite
it.
rolls or something,
Stop
are they?
Freaking
Yeah. Stop motion roll thing.
Oh my gosh! Now I've forgotten it. You made this happen. If you didn't say anything, I was about to say the name, and now it lost.
Uh,
Oh my gosh! I cannot remember it at all. Whatever. I'm upset. We got full Count Rob, who also did February. You can follow. Did he do it on his Instagram? You can also check that out.
and he did.
Now I'm gonna be thinking about what the heck the name of that is. So Soul, I want to know, you prefer photos or videos?
Do I prefer?
Yeah, videos or photos?
I mean, I don't know. I like watching other people's videos, and I like taking photos. Don't know. I don't know. I think most people prefer seeing videos. Not many people actually are interested in doing seeing artsy photos and stuff like that. I just enjoy that for the sake of it.
I mean, there was that one era, a Begleri era, where Begleri art was really big, pushed by Alex. It was Alex, yeah. Alex, yeah. He really pushed Begleri art, and it did blow up. Everybody was just posting beautiful photos, and there's still a lot of slingers who do post really good photos. I think Brax also takes a lot of great photos. I think Jeremy is getting into that. I think he has a really good camera now. All right.
When I started, when I got into Begleri, it was around the time where people were still bothering to do a little bit of that, but also I was trolling the crap out of supplier pages. So basically, I was looking at all the old Monkey Finger posts, and back then Ray was posting a lot of sort of artsy photos of the colorways as they were coming out. Does it a lot less these days. It's pretty much just the production photo, and that's it. It used to be you actually get out there and take photos at parks and in the snow and stuff, and it was cool. And that kind of inspired me to try and do something similar. So I still kind of do it just for my own benefit more than anything else. I think everybody else is much more interested in watching trick videos, which I'm not exactly up there with.
You're up there. You don't have to play yourself down. Everybody plays themselves down. Even Mitch himself plays himself down. We all have to be humble,
There's up there, and then there's up there. Mitch is way above me, and then there's the current meta guys are taking it even further, and then there's
they won't say that though. If you ask them, they won't say that though. That's where we're at. Nobody thinks they're good, but the videos don't lie, The videos tell the truth.
Okay, what everyone else needs to know is the videos are full of editing. Videos, you've removed all of the swearing and the other 10 minutes worth of stuffing it up.
Who do you think doesn't make mistakes in their videos? Just kills it in the first go. No. Do you think anybody is that good?
No.
I'd have a hard time believing people.
Well, it's not about. It has nothing to do with being good or not. Whether you mistakes. I don't know.
It does. Because compared to other skill toys, when you fail in Begleri, it's a lot worse because you have to go pick it up. It's a lot worse, especially if you're doing it in public or people are watching you. Oh, that's a really cool toy. Oh man, yeah, you're really good at that. But then you drop it 2 times, and now they think you're trash.
2 times, yeah. It takes 1 time usually.
Oh, he just keeps dropping it.
To be honest, some of the top end people, the high end meta guys, a lot of it is skill and a lot of it is editing quality. It would be really interesting to actually sit around and live, sort of in person, doing some slinging with some of those high end people to see how much they're dropping sets and how much they're dropping lines and dropping tricks and stuff like that. Because getting it perfect on camera is one thing. Because some of the really old popular edits of Begleri slinging, you go back and watch them now, and it's it looked cool because it was slow motion and because it was 3 seconds worth of getting 1 or 2 tricks in a row. Nowadays, there's less credit given to that because anybody could get an impressive trick once with no lead-in trick and lead-out trick if you're just trying to do one thing. Modern sort of videos that are really popular don't have edits as much. It tends to be 30 seconds of solid, impressive slinging. That's why I like Keitro's videos, for example. There's a lot more 15 seconds of straight.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ridiculous, and then it actually switches something else, as opposed to maybe 3 seconds worth of here's a cool thing I figured out, and then 3 seconds of something else, and you're like, well, take that interesting thing and put it into the middle of a 30-second clip and then come back to me.
As we look at Full Counts Rob in the background, I'll play his videos, which is also a completely unique style. You see he likes a lot of tension. Which so it's like, because he stops so much with the tension tricks, you think he could easily transition into anti-flow style, right?
Dude, tension stuff is so, it feels so like clean to me. Like I love watching tension stuff.
Yeah.
I love I think my favorite like sort of thing, little underutilized, but some people are really into this, is tempo changes. Is going from like really slow and controlled into speed and like, and then switching back and going, and then kind of like a half tempo. Like, if you try to do a roll as slow as possible, you can only do it so slow where the beats don't have enough momentum to actually complete the roll.
Yeah.
So if you can keep it at that slow, controlled pace, then go into something else, I think it's chef's kiss.
You don't need to do rolls anymore. We have so many tricks, so you could keep a slow tempo. That's why I've always wanted. I don't know how to make this work. I don't know if you guys have any ideas, but I've always wanted like a challenge, like a Begleri challenge, to like do it to the beat of a song. Like it has to be like a one go freestyle to like a beat. Well, I guess not one go since it's Begleri, but just
do something
straight
like that?
to a music. Like actually hit, like you sling to the beat of the song. Like you like rebound to like the beat. Like specifically, everybody slings the music, but I literally want your flow inspired by the music. That's what I want to see.
That's my most of the time.
I think there was a Begleri to the beat. I mean, this might be Mandela effect,
No, there was.
Sworn there was. This happened.
Yeah, the clicking to the beat thing was from the woman that made the gumdrops.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
I think she's admin of Begleri USA, right? On Facebook.
Could be.
She does the Begleri to the beat all the time. But you sling to the beat of music, right? Yeah, it inspires you. But like,
yeah,
I definitely want to see more videos of just like every single rebound you do, it's literally to like the boom of like a freaking music, or if it's like a freaking flowy, you go flow, and then you hit the beat. I want to see that.
You say that, and yet that is like half of the time I spend on my videos is actually getting a song that works with the slinging and getting everything lined up. But that being said, that's all in post. I never record a clip with music live because the sound quality wouldn't be as good. But to do it, if you did it live, so you're actually forcing yourself to sling to the beat of a song as it's playing, then that would be impressive. I do that a lot, but I never film stuff because it's inevitably going to be filled with dropping sets.
Yeah, in post, exactly. I try to put the clips to the beat of the music, but I definitely want to see that live. I want to see somebody do that live, but I guess you could still edit in post, right? You just put music over it, so that the quality's not crap.
Yeah, just put the same song that you recorded to over it in better quality, maybe. But it's.
I want to see that happen because it seems like, well, I guess I do it in Yo-Yo, but even then they don't really like a lot of the routine is only like they do a little jig to like the music like for like one part and then it's back to just doing tricks.
The rest of it's just like
I want to see the whole routine of just reading music.
Mitch forwarded a challenge out. He said that anybody who does this, he'll buy them the newest Around Square Begleri set. This was back when, like, I don't even think the Everymans were out. I think it was just the Hydras and the Titans. And he said
it's still live.
Anybody? What's that? Oh, it is.
This challenge is still going.
I think I think about doing this all the time, but it's the Snake Eater song from Metal Gear Solid. If somebody can do just an infinite ladder for like that entire song, which is like 3 minutes straight, he'll buy them a Begleri set. So
I'm going for it right now. Keep this up for
dude, I try all the
minutes.
time. Of just like, I think it's 3.5 minutes long.
I already messed up. I mean, I didn't really mess up. Does it count if you stop the roll a little bit?
Yeah, no, you have to. It has to. I would say it has to be fairly clean.
It has to be perfect. Yeah, perfect.
So if anybody does it, be sure to tag Mitch because he'll buy you a set of Everyman's.
Yeah, whole set. More tension tricks from Rob. Attention. Yeah, that's like the traditional Greek style. This one, I think they called it like a triangle around the world thing. I don't even remember what it's called. I remember watching that in like the traditional Greek Begleri tutorials.
It goes into like mid grip.
Yeah.
Looks like.
I don't remember what they called it. But that's the traditional Greek Begleri trick right there. Bringing it old school. And he's not even an old school slinger. He just loves that style. It's great. Everybody has such a unique style. Wait, bringing it back to photos, so I wanted to know, you said that looking at Ray's photos got you into photography, so Begleri inspired you getting into photography?
Well, yeah, I mean, I never did photography at all.
That's
You
cool.
probably saw a lot of my photos. I just thought that it was really cool that he had these really artsy photos of, the ape grapes and Kongs and all that kind of stuff from early on. So I was like, why not? Yeah. I think I can blame Ray for getting me doing photos. I can blame Joshi for getting me using tassels on Begleri sets.
Some of your tassels are just too ridiculous. I mean, like some of them just like you can't even see the beads anymore. You chilled out with tassel length. I noticed you did chill out with tassel length, but when you started with tassels, they were just too wild. Like
almost every single set that I've got that has tassels has been trimmed down in some way. I mean, these guys here, the tassels on those used to be like easily that long. Easily. Yeah,
sometimes I'm like, are you just slinging a sling of just like a freaking knot of is there a set on that?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Like some cheerleaders could, like I was expecting them to come out.
Yeah, honestly, I think the craziest ones I've still got are probably these guys here, the USOs, because they've still got like heaps long tassels. Everything else has been trimmed off. Yeah, it's still a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, you used to hold the tassels, right? Like some of your tricks.
Well, yeah, that's how the bead slides started, was finding out a way of actually actively using tassels in a trick. So, yeah.
So, alright, let's get to the harder question is, well, I think it's not a hard question, but I'll start with Nanon, since you're on top. You ever think about quitting Begleri?
Oh God, no.
No.
I'll quit Instagram. I'll quit, but no, dude, it's so. I have. There's no reason to quit. Why? Like what? You're, like, even if you sell every set, you keep one. Like, always just have one.
I mean, you don't find a problem that you fidget with Begleri all the time?
Oh, God, no.
It doesn't affect you at all.
No.
Your girlfriend, you ever on like at dinner table and she's like, put it away. Is that ever happened to you?
I drove my parents nuts because I would like come home for summer break from school and I'd sling it and then I'd drop it on their hardwood floor. They would freak out, but I have my own place now, so it's whatever. But yeah, like, I'm either gonna fidget with this or I'm gonna fidget with something else. So I might as well do something I enjoy.
True. Soul, same question. You ever think about quitting?
Almost the same answer, to be honest, dude. I mean, what's the question? Quitting what?
What's the point?
I'd never quit slinging because it's just a thing that I do now. It's just part of the daily thing. There's no worrying about, is it inappropriate? Because I don't just sling. I'll roll K-bones or I'll play with some other fidget item if slinging isn't really an option. But I've considered 1,000 times bloody getting off Instagram and stuff similar to Nanon. So yeah,
It's never gotten in the way for like work or anything.
Hells yeah, it has.
School. I was like, I could either practice this tap dance, or I could post some Begleri clips on Instagram.
Yeah, see, I must admit, I've found myself working on like a line or trying to get something filmed while I'm at work, and yes, it gets in the way, but you make it work. You either get it down and then you just scramble to catch up doing work, or you just stop and do it later. I don't know. Quitting no, I don't think that makes sense. Same mentality. Why would you quit? It makes no sense. The only reason you would is if you act like if there was a problem. If you had an issue with your fingers, wrist, arm, like if you had arthritis or something like that. Like one of the really well-known top-end early slingers had to stop because of issues with his wrist, and that's fair enough, man. If you're dropping a set a lot at home on the hardwood floors and the people that live with you are like, then maybe you'd stop, or maybe you'd just start slinging something quieter. You
just sling over your bed and don't drop it.
Well, yeah, that's it.
I have
half a dozen sets of monkey fists so that I can sling over the kitchen floor when I'm out in the kitchen. But when I'm on the carpet, I'm on the carpet, I tempt fate and pull out like the titanium 8 grapes or something nice and heavy just because.
I mean, I find when I'm on like Discord call with somebody, sometimes like I just want to sling, but most of my sets clack, and I know that's just going to annoy the hell out of anybody in the call with me. They're just listening to clacking randomly. I know that can get in the way.
Monkey fist sets are great for that.
Monkey fists.
Yeah, you gotta get everybody get monkey fist design sets because they come with the what's the freaking the hoop called?
The rubbers, little elastic bands.
The planet. What are they called? They come on the planet. Wow, you guys are just amazing. Sponsored, it doesn't even know.
I think I'll find them.
Doesn't know the name.
You're talking about the monkey finger, the O-rings.
Yeah, the O-rings. But they have a specific name, don't they?
Yeah, they totally do. Oh, no.
What are the O-rings called? Nana?
No, there used to be a sticker in here with them.
Yeah, I'm looking at stickers as well.
I don't use them. That's why I don't know what they're called.
Do they actually have a fancy name? I thought they were just the O-rings.
They do. They totally do.
Of course.
That's what it is. Yeah.
What's the name?
The bumpers.
Bumpers, yes, exactly. Get yourself an MFD set if you don't want to make a bunch of noise and annoy people in Discord calls. You gotta get the bumpers on.
Bumpers. Or just tell them to suck it up.
I just don't do tricks that clack. I literally just do like whirls and stuff. Just so
Dude, if you have really long string, like one of the guys that used to be on the Monkey Finger team, he played with like 16-inch string. I'm not even kidding. And he was like, yeah, the beads never clack together because they never come close to each other.
That's true.
That's one way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I do sling my longer string set more when I'm trying to be quiet. And I just don't do like rolls or too often, or I do like loose rolls. That's good to know. You guys both do not ever think about quitting, especially for being OGs.
Yeah.
It hasn't bothered anybody. Well, I guess it does bother people, but I know I recently read a thread on Reddit. It was in the juggling section, and they're like they have a problem being known as the juggler, like as a juggle guy. Like that seems to be a problem, that their identity is now based around this hobby. You have any problems with that?
I think Begleri kind of slots into a different, because it is such a fidget item. It's not. It wouldn't be the same as wanting to quit, like using yo-yos, like throws or kendama or juggling or anything like that. I think because those are an activity. You're required to stand up. You're required to do. Begleri you can do without paying attention to what you're doing, without looking at it. I mean, you can be on a Discord, you can be on a Discord call live and not even be looking at what you're doing and still be playing with it, because it is such a fidget item. Once it just becomes something that you do, it becomes something that you do. There's no real quitting it, or there's no requirement to quit. You can quit wanting to be known for it. You can get rid of an Instagram account or stop posting or whatever, but you're probably still going to be slinging at home. I mean, unless you're replacing with something else entirely. I don't see that anyone who has slung is going to quit unless they're replacing it with Comboloy or replacing it with knuckle bones or replacing it with something else. There's no real need to quit unless there's something actually stopping you from doing so, like somebody telling you not to anymore because they're sick of your shit.
I was still slinging even after that. Somebody told me that they're so annoyed by me slinging in the office all the time, and I didn't care.
Yeah, I had we had to sing for school, right? So one of my teachers said, "Stop clicking so much, because people are trying to sing and do their scenes from plays and stuff." I just used a monkey fist set that was made of 550, and you couldn't hear it. So
yeah, that's it.
There are ways around it.
Yeah, I think quitting is a relative term. It's what are you quitting? Are you quitting being a public personality doing this? Maybe. Yeah.
It's not like smoking. It's not.
It is like smoking. It's just not that. It's not a bad habit. I think it's a good habit. It saves you from getting whatever that finger problem.
Yeah.
Arthritis. Right.
Arthritis.
10 slings a day.
Though I think slinging is becoming bad for me. My fingers are starting to hurt a lot.
Well, Mitch said the same thing, and he looked up these finger warm-up exercises, and he would do them every day, and it was like stretching them out and putting them back together. I don't know exactly what it was. Talk to Mitch about it, but he sent me this.
We literally went through that on the last Begleri Begleri live. Where are you at? This is the third time you brought up something that Mitch went into detail on during the. If you guys want to check that out, he actually goes into detail about this and about his song challenges in the last Begleri Begleri live.
My bad. I was at work, so I couldn't watch it.
It's a good excuse. Yeah. Honestly, I believe I should I should do some clips from good talking points. There's so much good stuff that is said during these, but to expect everybody to watch a 2-hour video is crazy.
I have YouTube Premium now, so I can actually lock my phone and still have the videos play in the background. I'll probably listen to them all, just the VODs, while I'm at work.
Yeah, like a podcast. Except you can't see us sling.
Yeah, I like I don't know. I like podcasts. I've always liked the idea of a Begleri podcast.
Yeah, but will we talk about this stuff?
We talk about finger exercises and Mitch's song challenges, obviously.
Yeah.
Hot topics of conversation.
Yeah, I guess an important question is, Soul, can you sling the beads that are in your beard?
No, I actually don't have any beads in my beard. I wish I could do that. When I grow out longer, then we'll start adding some unusual stuff in there. But no, this is all just tied off with string.
It's beads in my hair.
So I'll bundle up some beard hair. And
Yeah, if I had long hair, I would tie it up with a Begleri, so I always have one on hand. Just
look, to be quite honest, I'm considering getting some dreads put in or something like that, and I'll just start putting like around square beads in the dreadlocks and stuff, and just randomly pulling them out and having a sling. Give me some time.
So I don't know if you're seeing this, but Nanon has ridiculously long hair. I would not expect that. That's your Corona hair, eh? I thought my Corona beard was bad. That is ridiculously long.
This is before Corona. This is for work. So.
This is before Corona. You have longer hair than your girlfriend.
My hair was. I do have longer hair than my girlfriend. Actually, she's short, so.
Nice.
She cuts it and cuts her bangs and everything, and her hair is also curly, so it like looks way shorter than it actually is. But my hair's way longer.
I envy that long hair. When I'm listening to rock music, I'm just like, this would be a much better experience if my hair was longer. All right, so I mean, I would normally ask other people like what other hobbies you do, but we do only have 15 minutes left. I know both of you collectively just have a ridiculous list of hobbies. So without going into detail, just mention like the ones that you can remember off the top of your head, starting you, Ned, and your other hobbies.
BMX, kendama, Begleri, miniature painting. I love like Warhammer and D&D and all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
Dude, I've been painting a new army all through quarantine, and it's a great way to just make up time. And I guess like I don't know, horseback riding and sword fighting is my job, so we won't say that's a hobby. But...
Yeah, and that's your active hobbies right now. Like you had a lot more than before too. Freaking tap dancing, Diablo, you mentioned here today.
Those are the ones on the go right now. But like, kind of like I'd never quit anything. Like I'd still, like I love doing like tricking is a big one that like I kind of every couple years I get back into and then stop. But like I'd never say I quit tricking. I'll get back into it and relearn everything and so on. So.
And now you saw what's the list of your hobbies?
Okay. Begleri slinging, Comboloi slinging, K-bone rolling. I do a tiny bit of throw badly. I've got a little bit of kendama going on. I do lightsaber flow.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Videos. I love your lightsaber videos.
Oh man, I love I think her name is like Michelle C. Smith. She actually did the lightsaber choreography for like the newer Star Wars films, and she has an Instagram of just like slinging around like staffs and lightsabers and stuff. It's so cool. I love watching it.
Yeah, her stuff's kind of crazy. I must admit, it's really cool. There's also check out Flow Warrior because he does some really cool two-sword.
Distracted. Stop advertising other hobbies. Everybody, Begleri is all you need. Get some glow lights on your Begleri.
So yeah, lightsaber flow. I play Jugger. That actually takes up. That's a big one for me, obviously. I don't know, man. That's what comes to mind right now. I've done a lot of stuff in the past.
Do you have to work out to do Jugger? Do you have to work out?
You don't have to. I do. I do a bit of fitness and I do a bit of weights and stuff like that. So yeah.
that Jugger Games.
I mean, the movies, they're all ripped as hell. That's why.
Yeah. Hidden underneath this Hawaiian shirt is actually the body of a Greek god. Yeah.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's how you. That's when you rip off your shirt, your beard grows, and then like Soul Smith becomes real.
Hey, so long as we're filming from about here up, it's all looking pretty tight. Here is where the big fat belly starts kicking in. Let's be honest.
To protect everything.
As we wind down, though, but we can leave the beglery topic, the wind down. So, ask some more insightful questions. I always keep a bunch of little insightful questions. Though I really did want to check out Meme Larry before we did get out of here. But I was also curious. What's the smallest thing that you're grateful for?
Smallest thing we're grateful for.
Smallest little thing that you're grateful for. Make you think a little bit,
Like myself, or just like in general.
Not physical, not in physical. That's why it can be.
Not like a physical thing. Work ethic, I think, is something everybody should be thankful for and take pride in. Is if you can work hard, doesn't matter what you do, you'll be successful.
Think you're a hard worker?
I take pride in the fact that I'm a hard worker. 100%.
So what are you grateful for, huh?
My partner.
How long you been together?
She and I have been together for maybe 7 years now. So yeah, she puts up with all my shit. So yeah. There you go.
True gentleman. Alright, we have to check out some of the Meme Larry before we forget. So this is a story, like you grab, not all of these are yours, of course. A lot of...
I think almost all of them are mine.
Oh, all of these are yours.
There's like 2 or 3 that aren't. I've given credit to the people I've gotten them from, but pretty much all of them are mine. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not the guy that does the Begleri meme web page, obviously.
I'm not. No, the reason I started posting Meme Larry images was because that account kind of got quiet. I'd even sent a few of my memes early on to them, but yeah, never got posted, never heard back. I don't know who runs it, but they went very quiet early on. So no, I just started posting them for the fun of it, and it just kind of kept being a thing. I'm trying to bring it back at the moment. I'm trying to do a weekly post, so we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, this is a long time ago, 131 weeks ago. Oh yeah. This is literally what we were talking about. If I got too far, heard you like tassels. So put tassels on your tassels, and you sling tassels while slinging it. Did you actually double up your tassels?
I still have that set. I've trimmed the tassels down short, but there's like 5 sets of tassels on that set.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I think that's the most popular one.
I know. I mean, now I'm trying to avoid titanium. It's just too heavy for my fingers. I can sling it for like a few hours. I'm done. You see new beat design versus when you see the price. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm broke, man.
Yeah, especially early on in buying Begleri, I was very much like that.
Oh yeah, now you're unhinged.
Yeah, that's it. Now, let's not talk about it.
Okay, you mean me. It's easy. Took a tighten to the knee. What body parts have you guys hit with With your set. I haven't hit myself in the face yet. Only the glasses.
I've gotten myself in the face quite a few times. Not like a black eye or anything, but pretty close.
Oh damn.
Yeah, nothing.
I've never smashed a phone screen either. I know some people have smashed a phone screen.
Yeah, I've done that.
I smashed my phone screen with my kendama though. It was in my pocket, and I did like a down spike, and then slammed right into my leg, and then pulled my phone out. It was all smashed. No,
that's so bad. Oh no.
Somebody tags you in passive freestyle. Wow, rest in peace. Passive freestyle tag.
Bring that back. I don't know. Let's bring it back.
How fast can you guys read?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I know. But now you're addicted to K-Bones. Soul, what's going on?
Putting something on a Kickstarter. Something on a Kickstarter almost guarantees that I'll never get one.
Wait, I didn't even see this one before. Is that me from the Grapevine video?
That's so funny.
I never even seen this one before. That's funny. You know I like big beats, man. All my sets are huge. My Titans are not even bigger than the 3D printed Titans. I don't always post freestyle slinging videos, so when I do, I always include an artsy photo. Yeah, it's classy Soul.
Yeah, that was for me alone.
Not really, right? Because that was trending with well, who was it who also did that? It wasn't Monkey Finger Design. It was the other
MKZarb or whatever it is, MXZarb or something. It started doing that a lot in videos as well.
Brax does it now, right?
Brax, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Wing Year 2018. Oh my god. Single grip open, routine is popping. And then you aerial into the wrong grip. Oh, yeah. Frustrating. In those combos. Did you join the recent contest, Nanon? You've been around for those?
I think I did the first one, the first single grip open, but I haven't done any of the other ones. Because they're always in like December, right?
Yeah.
More or less November.
So
yeah.
December-ish area is when my life goes into show mode, because I'm always either doing a Christmas show. Like we were doing 3 shows a day every day in September at the castle, and so it was like I eat and work, and I have no time for literally anything else.
This is the OG Ender, by the way.
The floor stall.
All about the floor stall, baby.
Dude, I like foot stalls and stuff.
Oh,
yeah, I saw this one.
You can't get that into the video camera. You know, we gotta get like some technology to follow the bead while you're slinging. Add some chip to the bead. Actually, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, somebody make that.
Somebody make a really, really small 3D camera and then get 2 of them and put them on a string and then sling 3D cameras.
Just get a robot that follows a chip. And then just pans up and down. They have that for people if they like just follows like the person. The freaking gimbals, auto gimbal thingy.
Something like that. It's Begleri or K-Bones with those kind of isolator style.
Am I the only one? You're sick of whirls and bead rolls. So, is this true?
It's not true. It's not true anymore. I tend to default into hating whatever it is I'm trying to learn and failing at. So I hated bead rolls for so long because it took me so long to get them. And now, like, half of my flow is bead rolls, and I'm like...
I'm still against slips. I still want to murder slips, but... And rebounds.
Yeah. I had a conversation with Weston once where he sort of commented that, too many rebounds in a clip that I posted. And I was like, from that point onwards, I was trying to eliminate any and all rebounds and slips from any slinging. And in a way, it was really good, but in a way, I think it actually sort of screwed with my style a little bit. And people are like, there's a lot of rebounds going on in the current meta, and I'm like, I was told not to do that.
This doesn't even apply anymore. It's so rare to find people the same setup now. Unless you don't change it out of the box from when you get it from that.
The latest thing that's out, like, for the first couple of weeks after Sigmas drop, everyone's running Sigmas. For the first couple of weeks after, any new thing is dropped, it's like everyone's running that stuff. But other than that, yeah, it's really rare.
I don't always learn new tricks to get fresh flow, but when I do, they become the only tricks I do. I feel that so hard. Every new trick. I'm gonna be doing the freaking Pinky Whirl thing in every clip now. Just watch.
Good.
For February, I brought in the cliffhangers and the cliffhanger aerials because that used to be what I did a lot of, and I stopped doing them as soon as I learned other things. So I'm like, I could really try that again.
That's so true. Like, I only have memory for a few tricks unless I see them in a clip and then them record. But other than that, it's just like the same defaults.
Mm-hmm.
I want to set a Wukong so bad.
It feels wrong that you don't have a set of Wukongs. Like, I feel like all the Monkey Finger sponsored guys should just be like handed some set.
I feel the same way, but no, I've of course. If one comes along for the right price, I'll definitely I'll pick it up because it's like the one thing that's missing from like my personal collection of kind of beads I want because of the history behind it and because of it's a crazy collab with a Round Square. I think that Monkey Finger and a Round Square should do more collabs, honestly. Like, I think I love collabs. I'd be like, let's do one with everybody. Let's do a Red Table collab. Let's do a Round Square collab.
It would be very cool. Hey man, look, if you're after some Wukongs, I know a guy who has a few sets he'd be willing to release. It's not me, if anyone asked, but
this is 99 weeks ago, and it's still true till today, by the way. Just still true to today.
The Iliad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got this new trick. Oh, Ilya did that. Not many get to experience it. The Chode Larry. The Chode Larry are pretty amazing. Though they look like marshmallows, the white ones.
I'll grab a set out just for the camera.
No.
Yeah.
Not everybody loves. I know this blows my mind every time I see somebody slinging not 550. Like, I understand if you have like an old set, it's like, oh yeah, it's a hassle to get the 550 in there.
There you go.
But purposely,
if we can,
hey, the Chodes,
get the focus going,
get the zoom in on them. You had a clip of Chodes, the blue Chodes, and
yeah, had to run some Chodes in the February, of course, just for the fun of it, just for the lols.
Is this Discord?
Yeah, I think Discord? So. Yeah, I think it was.
Do you use dark mode now? Are you?
I do now.
Nah, paycheck, yes. Yeah, and this is 75 weeks ago. That's insane how slow the progress of two-hand has been going. Like, but the guys who can do it can really do it. You know, they're insane. Multi-hand slinging.
Yeah, that stuff is fun. I love, like, especially like the crossbead stuff, like when you can like wrap string around the beads in the other hand and sling them.
this is how I feel now about Escal because rolls are banned. I'm like, I don't
The
like doing
SG.
aerials, man. I feel like you have to do a ton of aerials if you want a chance to win.
With rolls taken out of the mix, it's very geared towards anti-flow now, the single grip open, which puts the winner's podium very much in the realm of a very specific few people.
Yeah, but they're so innovative with the anti-flow tricks that it doesn't even like it still works.
They're earning the podium hard, but yeah, I must admit, everyone else, well, a lot of the beginners have a harder time without rolls. I know why the rules went that way, but it is interesting. It makes an interesting change to the results.
Nanon.
Oh, okay, listen. Yeah, no, I deserve that. I deserve that.
That's so true.
Oh my god, that's a Canadian specific. Like, we live in Canada, and Monkey Finger and Around Square are also Canadian companies, but Canadian shipping companies have no idea what they're doing.
It takes so long. It's ridiculous.
Australia. Sorry, guys. I'm winning a lot.
I feel like yeah, okay, you probably beat us.
I send out boxes to everybody, and then the guys in the States will be like, "Oh, I got my box today." I'm like, "Mine's not even shipped yet. What? Like, what do you?"
I was at the Around Square Luxacs. They just did another run on the weekend last weekend. Yeah, I've received my Luxac from the drop before a month earlier. After.
Oh my gosh.
It takes that long for the stuff to get to me. It's a full-on month. I feel it.
Oh, this is how you sling, eh? Who drew this, by the way?
That'd be Lise on Discord.
Who?
Lise.
Lise.
L-I-
Oh, yeah.
Lisa, I think her actual name is. I'm not 100% sure. Someone correct me on that one.
She's
She's actually really cool. She did my new avatar that I use on Instagram and Facebook and probably on YouTube as well. I don't know if I've changed it on there yet. Cool artist. You're up.
Yeah. Did not know that. Amazing art. My slinging in my head, my slinging on camera. I feel that. I hate it when I know a really cool combo, but as soon as I turn on the camera, I can't hit it. It kills me.
Yeah. All of those fields. Yeah.
Swear job, Bach. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even today on this stream.
Still, yeah.
Let's go ahead.
It's cute, you baby Yoda. Though. Coming to the last two.
Oh.
I feel like this every single time a TGP beat comes out. I miss it every time. I don't think I'm like I've been saying I want a TGP beat for so long, but I'm just not one of those people that are up there on time. Oh, Rick Monkey Finger Rage just jumped into the chat to say hi. By the way,
I'm hanging for TGP's next drop because he's doing a aluminium set. I think he's doing a mini version of dots, and they're going to be a cheaper price point in aluminium for tight asses like me. Yeah.
We've been shouting out Monkey Finger this whole stream, by the way, Ray, just so you know.
Singing the praises of Monkey Finger, don't worry. Dude, titanium has always been my favorite material for stuff.
It's just I honestly could have put any manufacturer for that name at all.
Well, now the hot thing is wood, right?
Wood's starting to become a thing, which is awesome because wood beads are actually really nice.
So cool. I love wood because I love kendama. So like, don't take that out of context.
Ray says just, right on, guys. I appreciate it, by the way.
Hey, yeah.
Don't give thumbs up, man. That's,
It was, a lot
that's
of
bad in Greece.
Yeah, I always love seeing like Para Kendama is a Canadian company that uses all sorts of crazy wood in the kendamas. I always thought it was so cool. So it's fun to see Begleri starting to adopt that.
Yeah, Terrakandama's pills with the acrylic spikes that he's been doing lately.
Yeah.
Blown my mind. That stuff is so gorgeous.
My buddy got really good at the pill kendama. It's fun to watch.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps it up. I guess before we go, we'll see. This one last question. You have any future goals for Begleri? And I guess might as well throw it in your life as well. Yeah, you got any future goals? What's your future goals? Especially after Corona, everybody's thinking about that.
Oh my god. I'm getting those slap finishers. Those look fun.
Chops,
those look
chops.
really cool. My next clip is gonna have a slap finisher. And for life, I don't know. Just be happy, man. Do what you love.
That's your goal.
Makes you happy.
I like that. That's good.
Open-ended. Hard to fail. Good job.
Set yourself up for success by setting your sights low. No.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, Soul, what's any future goals, life and in Begleri?
I'm gonna steal Nanon's life goal and say just be happy, because that's already one that I'm working for on a daily basis. So yeah, thanks. As far as Begleri, Begleri specifically, our ongoing goal is to get a podium finish in either Sling Slam or Single Grip Open, and I feel like that's going to be a very ongoing and never accomplished goal. But it's a goal. We keep trying.
I mean, you don't know. They might change the rules, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Everyone's only allowed to do open palm, no grip stuff, and I'll be in. That'll be it.
Or it could just be like a photo contest. So there you go, number one. Look at these. Beautiful photos. Oh yeah, and I always want to know is what would you want to see from the Begleri community? Anything you want to see from the Begleri community, or what would you want to see more of from the Begleri community?
Definitely.
Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Soul.
No, it's just art. People get out there and take some funky pictures of your Begleri. Share what you've got, and also share videos of your slinging. People who aren't sharing at all in one way or the other, get out there and share more. Get involved. Just get involved. That's all.
Yeah. Sling. Don't feel like everyone's on their own Begleri journey. So wherever you're at, if you're like a high level like meta player, or you an old school player and you like the tension combos, it doesn't matter. Just post. Doesn't like we're all at different places with our Begleri slinging, and I don't think anybody is like good or bad. I think it's just everyone's got their own style and it's all unique. Like Sin said, where you come from, that influences slinging, and it's so cool to see that. So just post stuff. I gotta practice what I preach, but
yeah, I mean, you did do 28 days in a row. That's super impressive.
That's true.
And you've done it 2 years in a row now, so that is impressive.
Actually, I've done it 3 out of the 4 years, I think. I missed last year because I was at work. I was just starting to do the show as a night, so I was really focusing on that. But I'm happy to be doing it again. So
we're happy to have you back in the community, Nanon.
Happy to be here, man.
On the Discord again. Who knows? Maybe, I don't know if I was pushing it too far. I gotta be more active on the Discord too.
Like it's always been tough for me to do like social media stuff in general. So even the fact that I could post a Instagram clip once a month or once a day for an entire month is like it's the most social media stuff I've ever done. So
yeah, all the time goes in the Summoner's War, which you've gotten me into. Oh bloody hell! I forgot to do my dailies today. Wait, no, I think I
well,
did
you got all day. You have till 3 a.m. So
3 a.m. That's a cutoff. Oh, that's good to know. Good to know.
yeah, that's because it's midnight, like around square time.
All right. Well, you have to get a good early night. Soul, it's the mid of the weekend for you, the midday.
Yeah, man, 1:15. I'm gonna go get myself some grub.
Ridiculous. I honestly, 16 hours ahead you are, but you made time for this, so we thank you. Thank you, Landon, for coming on as well. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
This was so much fun. I'm glad I did this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see more clips, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta practice. I gotta post more clips myself too.
Seriously, man,
everybody's gotta post more clips.
Well, that's all, everybody. We are heading out. If you guys have anything you want to say, then now's the time. Other than that, make sure you follow these guys on Instagram. It is the Soulsmith on Instagram and Nan on Speed Dial. I feel like I say it weird from the way you say it. I just go Nan on Speed Dial.
Nan on Speed Dial.
Yeah. I feel like I say it differently than you, but whatever. Either way, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoy. Hey, Ray's giving us a nice goodbye. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you can you can just rewatch the VOD, you know? Skip the first 30 minutes of us setting up. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. We're gone.
Yeah, see you guys.